Hello everyone, on today's Let's Talk FGO, Christmas in October? And also, ONILAND exists, I hope you're having a fun time there. Remember, you must be this short to ride. Hi, I'm one of your hosts, I'm the House of Mirrors, Omega. With me as always, Jet Coaster, Lucky.
Yeah! Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying Fate Grand Order, aka Thanksgiving is canceled. It's just canceled. It's done. It doesn't exist. And what we here at Studio Omega like to bring you the latest FGO news and memes. We will be talking about current or future events for both the JP and EM version of the game. So anyone not wanting spoilers should search for the Conway Gold.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we'll explain those memos in a second.
Memos?
Because, there are many jokes there. Many memeos. You know, get your cereal, your memeo cereal today. If you open it up, you can find a prize inside. The prize is 5 seconds of dopamine as the internet likes your joke. Okay. Alright, with that sad moment, actually that probably won't be that sad, because pauses will get trimmed. All our pacing is fixed, Lucky. We'll just move right into the joke. There's no awkward silences.
Yeah.
Speaking of not awkward silences, I would like to shout this show out to our patrons, because it is brought to you by them, and they include Adam DeHarp, Ahaka Comics, Architect 10, Blackest OG, Carlos, Qua, Jeremy Vasquez, Kylie Denton, Legendary Boss Hunter, Liam Kessler, Rogue Robin, Shawnee P, some guy named Bob, Sodason, 0424, 723, and Zach Reed. And if you like what we do and want to see to our consider us at Patreon, you can access the episodes early on, so the goodies that really help us out. Thank you for support, everybody.
Thank you. Ooh.
Continue to make arts cards go burr.
Actually, where's my phone?
I am farming the event while we do the show. Look at me.
I need to fucking farm this event while we do the show, because holy fuck.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll get to, technically, ONILAND impressions are at the end, but we'll get there, okay?
We'll get there.
We have thoughts and feelings of a variety.
I don't know what Mega's feelings, but I'm pretty sure we are of a like mind.
Probably. There's some... I may have to do some backtracking. Well, actually, I don't. I'm talking about how last week somebody asked, will this event be hard? And I was like, I don't think it'll be hard. I think I'm still correct. I don't know if this event is hard.
It's not hard, but...
There might be some work.
Yeah!
There's some beef in ONILAND, guys. What the fuck? These are not children. This is not okay. Alright. Speaking of fuck, let's check in with everybody's favorite Kohai, Mash. No, not that way. You horrible perverts.
Senpai.
AKA my people.
Senpai. 起きてください.
That's right, everybody. It's time for Wake the Fuck Up, Senpai, a regular segment for pro tips. Hey, so, hypothetically, if you find yourself lacking in damage, remember that those point CEs also give you, I believe it's plus 100% damage bonus for a card type if you're having a rough time. You know, just shout out. It's almost like the first damage bonus doesn't start until you get into 400,000 points or something.
Well, it's only like 350, but still, that's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a ways up there. It's in the ballpark. Also, I do want to this isn't really a pro tip, just an observation, but if you do put that royal icing on Urale, I believe all the sabers you can fight in this event, at least the ones I've seen so far, are male, so they will explode.
Oh yeah, no, Urale has been putting in the good work.
Like, I don't have the real damage bonus yet, but with Royal Icing, Urale is doing 350,000 damage easy on sabers. So yeah, well, speaking of ONILAND stuff, I believe you've got some stories about this, brother.
Yeah, so I'm not going to read it verbatim as I have written it on our show notes, because it's a little bit of a story. So, we're gonna move right into Records from the Throne, our regular achievement for talking, and as we said, Lucky has the only entry this time, because Lucky did roll on the seasonal banner. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to, I was able to roll on it right away, because, it was a work night, but Lucky was lying in bed. He's like, alright, I'm not gonna be able to roll. I will just go to sleep. Lucky did not go to sleep. So, 1 a.m. comes around, and Lucky's like, okay, fine, I'll just fucking roll. Why not? Maybe I'll get some catharsis before bed. So I had about 16 or 17 tickets. I can't remember off the top of my head. Tickets and 120 quartz. Statistically speaking, probably not the greatest chance of getting an SSR, but Lucky was already primed to spend, at least two 80 packs worth, for C-Deny. That's usually my monthly limit unless I get triggered. Then I have to start blurring that Soul's Fire.
When somebody eventually makes Let's Talk FGO animateds, right then you should have Lucky like sitting normally in the rabbit hoodie at the desk that doesn't exist because we're not in the same place. And then when he says triggered, make sure to do the zoom in Photoshop filter of his eyes and the fire flames on the bottom. Okay, thanks.
Anyway, so I was like, all right, I'll spin my ticket, I'll spin my quartz, and then I'll see how I feel. So I started throwing quartz. I started throwing tickets. And 5 tickets later, I had my first seat and I. And I'm just like, okay. And at that point, I just went to bed. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to think about this. I'm not going to fucking think about this. I'm just going to lay down. I lay down. I went to sleep. I got up. I was very tired. Now, Lucky's on the bus on his way to work. And he's looking like, okay, so I have a seat and I. This is the primary objective. But the secondary objective was CEs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like I said, I'm usually not one who needs to have like max MLB CEs for everything and any and everything. I usually just get them because I spend so much just trying to get the fucking SSR. Now that I'm in the inverse of the situation, I'm just all like, what do I do? Well, I decided that I wasn't going to spend my tickets. I was going to keep saving my tickets because I have many things that I'm going to want in the next year. I need to start the stockpile somewhere. And probably statistically speaking, using the 10 rule is probably better because that at least guarantees me 1 4-star, which most likely be a CE. So, I started rolling, and in my first 10 roll, I got another seat tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, okay, this is how it's gonna be.
Sometimes it do be like that.
Sometimes it do be like that. Well, suffice to say, I kept rolling. I spent all 120 of my quartz, and I got up to NP2 seat tonight. I got NP3 Chiome, and I got a couple rare prisms. I was able to also get the 3-star and 4-star CEs, but now is that a problem? I am out of cubes. I don't want to spend my tickets, and I still haven't got the SSR 5-star CE. So I'm like, do I really, really want to spend? Like, here's the thing. Lucky doesn't do small packs of quartz. He's all or fucking nothing. It's like, might as fucking well. And so he's just like, do I really want to drop $80 just so I can get a CE that I'm probably only going to use twice, once this year and once next year? And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And so I bought an 80-pack, got a bunch of quartz, and spent another 2 rolls, and I got my 5-star. So all in all, I spent about 5 or 6 tickets, and then I think it was 180 quartz for NP2 Seat 9, NP3 Chiome, and at least 1 copy of all event CEs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm gonna slightly tangent into Not the World's Evil because it is a weird, and I'm not even gonna say necessarily good feeling to have to spend money for a fucking CE.
No, that's having to spend quartz on CEs is rough.
Yeah. But here's at the same time, it's rough and it, but I don't necessarily regret it because, boy howdy, currency bonuses are always a thing.
No, and I will say, I feel like the base drops in Oniland are pretty good. Like, you're getting a decent amount of physical drops, so if you can get some CEs on there, you can make that currency stack up.
And especially in the early game, you need that currency stack because you need those store CEs. Oh my god.
Store CEs, you also really need those EXPs, or whatever people were doing. There's some people who have already max ascensioned Onicure, and I'm just like,
how?
What?
I'm literally like, how?
Do
there are
you
mad
exist?
lads in our Discord. Like, yeah, I did it day 1. I'm just all like...
Well, if they did it day 1, that probably means at the very least they pre-prepped, which they did have a week to do. So that's
yeah,
okay,
but here's the thing.
But still, damn.
There's 4 ascension items. I think I've gotten my 3rd one. I'm at
That is true. They are early in the points ladder. You do got to do some points farming to do that too. That is right.
So it's they had to been all hands on deck.
I'll admit, I wasn't all hands on deck. Let's see. I streamed for 3 hours on Tuesday, and then you were doing your real life and were dead yesterday.
I was dead.
I did not want to stream, so I was like, "You're lucky. Do you mind if I stream some Among Us and shit?" So I streamed Among Us with the community for 3 hours, and then I was like, okay, that was the last round, we're stopping. We're gonna hang out and play card games. Do you guys mind if I keep streaming? And everybody on the Discord was like, nah. So I was about, I think, 2.5 more hours. So yeah, no, I admit I'm not spending as much of my time playing FGO, but still, it's a very fast turnaround. Do you have any more comments on that? Because these aren't really records or evil, but I do have some comments myself on the rolling and the starting the show.
I had one more point I was gonna fucking bring up, and oh yes, I wasn't necessarily all hands on deck because when I got an MP2 seat, and I'm like, she'd be real good for this event right about now.
Shit, she's really good for it. They really want you to use alter egos. Oh my god.
Yeah,
to the point where for some of the story fights, I was like, "Fuck you, melt." I don't care. She doesn't get bonus points.
Yeah, but so I took a night. It literally took me like half a night, and I protected seat and I smile. So yeah, she's at 90. I think I stuck her my support setup. I better have.
Well, that would be a good one. You're gonna get that big FP that way.
Big FP.
Yeah. So just my general commentary. Nothing I've done is worth any records or evil. I wasn't spending quartz. I actually hit my. I should probably jot that down. But I did hit my. I think it was 1,200 days. That sounds about right.
Oh, nice.
So, like, I'm at almost 400 Saint Quartz, getting that stockpile for Lost Belt 3. We're gonna see what happens. It'll be a thing, one way or another, with that much shiny rocks. And with a week to do story before then, too. So, you never know. But I spent my tickets that I had saved up. The best I got was the 4-star Tomoe. I'm like, I'm okay. I'm alright. I'm good. I'm still spending tickets from the event to roll. I haven't gotten my ass blasted by rolling another Chiyome, who's already NP3 for me. So, like, we haven't had a bad run. I didn't realize why this update was so big, but the update was big enough to make my phone freak out and be like, yo, dog, we're gonna tell you we need to down, like 40 megabytes, but you need 150 megabytes of free space. And I'm just like, why, phone? Why? Well, it helped me out a little. I uninstalled Discord from my phone, and I still haven't logged back in, so I don't think I need it on my phone anymore. Anyway. But other than some frustration, which I was up when it happened and spent my tickets, I did some yelling at my phone in VC. I don't really have anything to say about this. It exists. It happened. But I figured out why later when I realized that I don't remember anybody talking about this, but there is audio lines for Oniland, which we will definitely talk about later. But that's our collection of those things. Let's move into our next business topic. That's right, this is still the business. Which is, I'm gonna, hold on, let me adjust my tie and stare you straight in the face and ask you, did you finish your master missions? Young man, did you? So, this week, you need to perform 30 FP summons. You need to defeat 5 servants, defeat 10 servants, defeat 15 saber rider enemies, not servants or bosses, defeat 15 archer or caster enemies, not servants or bosses, and defeat 15 lancers, assassins, or berserker enemies, not servants or bosses. Which, once again, this is not even do the event, this is just literally do anything. I think I did like half of these before Oniland started, just because it rolls over in the weekend and the event didn't start until Monday night I want to say. So yeah, like I think I was like halfway done with this before Oniland even started, and then hey, guess what? If you farm Oniland, you'll do this. It's done. Play the fucking game, nerd. And that's all of our business stuff. So let's go check in with skelegrams because man, this is gonna be a weird one. Okay, so, guys, if you couldn't tell from the jokes we've already made about it, I got a zinger for you. JP News, first of all, Christmas in October? Santa Nightingale rerun, 10/23 to 11/4. So, the Christmas rerun is now in October. What does this mean? Nobody knows.
I'm pretty sure it means that there's gonna be a fucking big story event in November.
Oh, there's gonna be some fat stuff coming in November, December. For reasons I'll get to in the back half of this. But it's got the usual rerun stuff. I don't think the bonus servants are any different, but that also makes sense. There hasn't been a new Christmas, so how? Why?
Also, Eternal Rift for Samba Cats.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Are they going to try and do both? Will they do both reruns? Is that why it's so early? I don't know. I really don't know what the holdup on that is. Was there like some fucking licensed music that broke? Oh, wait, hold on. Cute Sexy Robots has drawn some Hololive EN, which I can retweet, so I'm gonna retweet it. Sorry for that interruption. But yeah, so, like, I don't know what the holdup is on the rerun, but they didn't do it, and now we're doing this one, like, super early, maybe because we had to miss the timing for the Samba Cats rerun? Other than that, there's not a lot else besides it being a rerun. There are 2 quality of life updates, though. Which they announced before they announced the event will be coming out. 1, the present box has a new sprite if it's close to full. I think if you have 50 or less slots left, it will show as a very fat stuffed present box.
Cute.
Yeah, so basically it's letting you know when you're getting close if that's a concern. And the second thing is that if you're watching Archived Story, in my room, you can move on to the next chapter rather than kick back to the menu. Which sounds cool. It's a good feature. You know, you're trying to watch all of Babylonia again, you don't have to go back to the menu, you can just be like, yeah, I want to see the next section. However, Lucky, this update, the quality of life specifically, also came with the usual, remember to do story content warning. And then it was the rerun, so I'm gonna guess everybody should buckle the fuck up, because they usually only call out, hey, do story, if you're about to need something to do story, and the Christmas rerun only needs Fuyuki, so something is happening, probably, maybe, definitely, possibly. It's wild. Yeah, other than that, I don't really have any, like, I gotta be honest, I have no thoughts because I don't know what to say. I guess we're doing it. That's what they decided to do. It happened.
Yeah.
Like, obviously with 2 years of clairvoyance, I can easily go, oh yeah, that's right, this is gonna be the year where they rerun Christmas in October. Probably still for us.
Honestly, I think they're moving away. They're just doubling down on, like, there'll be no more Halloween.
Probably. There's probably some of that. Like, Gouda Gouda basically is kind of almost your weird Halloween type thing anyway. Like, Halloween really drifted in themes over the years. Like, there's still a lot of spooky skeletons and pumpkins in Oniland, but it's also not directly Halloween-y, you know?
It's just at Halloween time, therefore.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely a thing that amusement parks do. You know, when the seasons come, they fucking decorate.
Yeah, they advertise their haunted corn maze, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, while there's Halloween elements in Oniland, like, I don't think Halloween has been, like, full-blown Halloween-y since maybe the second one, the Pumpkin Village. Because the third one is, like, that's more the fact that the previous two events were Halloween events. It's not actually about Halloween at all. It's about Liz and Nosakabe Hime.
They're trying to pull off Halloween, and shit just got fucked up.
Yeah, and the fact that for some reason we've stacked 3 castles. But okay, let's do some quick NA ones. You wrote this first one, Lucky, so.
Yep, I wrote this. So, quick shout out, if you guys didn't know, if you weren't able to purchase Heaven's Fields tickets, make sure to check back again. It seems that more theaters have been added and some are still setting up. Lucky, he was yelling and complaining about it last week. Turns out that his usual theater actually does do it. And, because Lucky doesn't want to take chances, he actually bought 2 tickets on separate days. I bought one for both the Wednesday and the Friday showing. Because I'm Concernicus. I'm fucking Concernicus. Something weird's gonna happen. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Gotta watch out. So, I was able to get my tickets, so I want to make sure that all of you who may not have been able to do it have a chance to go check yourself.
Which, honestly, that makes sense, too. Like, that's gotta be a question for, like, the theaters if they want to go in for this event. And some of them maybe wait until they realize they've got enough demand, right?
Yeah. I will say, it does look pretty interesting. I went through the website, Adam, and they let you reserve seats. And interesting enough, when I reserve my seat, it automatically blocks out the next 2 on either side.
Oh, okay. So they're practicing social distancing. Good.
Yes.
I think two theater seats is about 6 feet.
Yeah.
So
well, but the funny thing is, it only does it to the sides. It doesn't do it to the front or back.
Well, I mean, there's only so much you can do, Lucky. Everybody wear masks. Also, wash your hands, wear masks.
Oh shit, if I got my tickets, I need to actually order that Heaven's Feel mask I saw. I'm gonna do it. You
gotta go on theme.
Mm-hmm. I need to see if I can find me a Shiro Emiya shirt.
We also really need to order some samples of our own merch, so God forbid if we ever go outside. It's really easy, but we never remember until the last minute.
I mean, well, if cons ever start up, I'll start repping some shit.
Anyway, so yeah, check out those. And I got a last minute NA, because they just tweeted about it, so I was reminded this is the thing. Currently, in North America, FGO USA Twitter, there is a pumpkin carving contest. I believe it's on the website, I believe, so it's got a special website link. But it's going until the 26th of October, just in case you watch this in some month that is in October and wonder. And if you win, you can get a $200 gift card and a poster signed by Rie Takahashi. So, yeah, there's real stuff here. Just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know if anybody's got a real passion for pumpkin carving right now, but it exists. And you got a few days left. Okay, alright. It took about 20 minutes. So, now's the part of the show where we do Mailbag.
I guess I'm gonna have to... I'm sorry, I'm spending an inordinate amount of time trying to stuff as much of Lancer Alter's fucking thighs and tits into this thumbnail as humanly possible.
I mean, that's what you do.
It's super important to me, okay?
Be careful about
Hang
this.
on 1 second, guys. Alright, okay. Hang on. Alright, let me open this up. Okay!
Well, I wanted to preface this because we had a little discussion pre-show about what we were gonna do, because there might be some back half with ONILAND, but there wasn't a lot of news. However, we do actually have a relatively small bag of mail this week. Only 22 comments we got in, some of which will just be well wishes. So we're thinking about it, and we think we'll just dump the whole thing out. We'll just get them all out there. And now one person is going to ask us a question that's going to take like 30 minutes, and we're going to regret it. Just you wait.
Well, he regrets nothing. That's a lie. He regrets many things. Alright, but yeah.
Horseshoes and hand grenades.
Whoop. So, we're gonna get started. It is now the time for Let's Talk FGO Mailbag, the segment each week where we read out loud. Well, I read. Your comments out loud, and Omega will usually snark at them. And me.
God help you if you spell something wrong or don't use enough commas.
But we're gonna get started! This first one... Ooh, how should I say this? I want to yell it, but I don't know if I'm
Hey, you can yell. You'll only hurt the patrons' ears.
Let me try this. Yamara! Okay, good. I got the trail in there.
Yeah, I think you peaked a little bit and your mic cut out a little.
God damn it.
But we get the sloping effect.
Nice. Anyway, they say this message is just written to say, hi, I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks. This message brought to you by Yamara!
That one did not clip.
Perfect.
That stayed in.
I tried to yell whisper. It's hard.
It is hard. Really? How did I get to wave 3 and you only had 30% battery? What is going on here?
Witchcraft.
Guess I just wasn't using enough arts cards.
Travesty.
I don't know how though. I'm running Chloe Urale.
That. Like, real talk, sometimes I feel like that's something that happens. And like, I have like 3 art servants. Why is this nothing but fucking busters and quick cards? I don't think they actually have enough for this.
Why is this hand green?
Anyway, this next one comes from Zed Just Zed. Comment. Man, this event has some tanky enemies. My small brigade is having trouble killing the enemy, so I need to use my harder hitting big servant. This kind of stinks. Oh boy, how do we got thoughts on this later?
Put pin in that first part.
Yep. Question. So if this year's event servants are ONILAND, who would you like to say that is you two is your favorite small event, and who would you pick as your least favorite small servant? Well, mine's easy. Team fucking Abby Seats and I. This combo literally fixes everything.
Yeah, basically, this event is made for this to make that go away. I mean, my favorite? Well, using them in support, one, I've been mainlining a lot of Chloe, just because, haha, archers. But, I mean, out of the bonus servants, whom's my favorite? Da Vinci. I'm joshing you. I know. That's not the answer you're looking for. But no, like, I'm mainlining archers, so I'm literally running a saber node right now, so I'm just crushing it with Urali and Chloe in the front line. It works great. Oddly enough, even though I've got this set up, I must admit, I haven't actually been using Billy or Kid Gil. Maybe it's just because of the synergy. Did I get a freaking Magatama? I did. Nice. Drops, kids. Yeah. I gotta be honest, though, I don't really have a least favorite, you know? I think I like all the people on the bonus servant list.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's all like... I was like, if you come into this house asking what, like, our least favorite servants, you have another thing coming.
You're gonna find it a short list.
Very short list.
We don't have a lot.
Let's see here. Sorry. Come on. Maximum hip. Alright. So thank you, Zed. Just Zed. We're gonna move on to Only Cures Last Gives Me Life. Who says? Hey guys, how's the week been? So I was wondering, do you two normally play FGO at 2x speed or 1x speed? You mean 0.5 speed? I found out that I'm a bit of a madman for playing at 1x most of the time. Also, did you know that in Hokusai's NP, the enemies tend to do flips when you watch it at 2x? Keep up the fun and long talks, my dude. Yeah, no, I play at 2x. I can't.
So, I used to be a hardliner for 1x, dude. But then one time, I turned on double, and I'm like, this is the future now. I am future man. I'm adamant, I keep to NP at 1x.
Oh yeah, no, same.
Just because, like, at no point are any servants at NP animations so boring to me that they actually take too long or anything. And Also, I mean, it tends to fuck up the animation and the dialogue if you actually put it on 2x. Like, I think Emiya, for instance, when he does Unlimited Blade Works, he's already only doing, like, half the chant. If you do it at 2x speed, he does, like, 2 lines, and then it's over. As I pray Unlimited Blade Works. Why? But even new animations, I'll be like, no, double speed.
It's like, I don't know if I've just become, because I've gotten too used to 2x speed, but I look at 1x speed and I'm like, why are you so slow?
1x feels really slow, and part of that's just, like you said, because we've been doing it on 2x for a while, but also, it is just, I think, kind of like, I watch people record new servant animations in, like, 1x, and I'm like, it just, even when you're not playing, it just feels, like, oddly slow. Very few servants actually feel like they move super fast.
Gotta go fast. Like, if there's a 1.5 speed, I play on that.
That could be interesting, yeah. Like, just not super, not feeling full slow, but maybe a little slow, so you can take in more of the detail. But yeah, no, that's our answer.
I do like detail. So thank you, Onikira's laugh gives me life. This next one comes from a man charging up his gacha funds for next year's waifu. Solid.
What?
By the way, Lucky was doing that in chat, like, all the night before the gacha. Just, Lucky's powering up for gacha, and then I just post Princess Peach powering up. It's a great gif. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna post it again in Patreon so you can see it. Hang on 1 second. There it is. Yeah! Anyway, that's it. Question. Which skill or MP in game do you like using the most? I love using 100% battery skills the most, and Rush goes MP when I have an arts card ready for refund. Thanks again. What?
Rush has some spicy arts cards.
I mean, skill?
Yeah, do you have a particular using a skill that brings you joy? I gotta be honest, I don't know if it's a favorite, but I like healing. I do it a lot, if I can. But I think that's just pragmatism, right?
I guess if I have to say, it'd have to be Tomomo's Fox Wedding.
That's
like, are you ready for big arts and big heals? Heaven forbid you actually put it on Tomomo and it's like, oh, this Fox is about to MP.
Like that. It's like that joke of Merlin doing hero creation to himself. Hey, he has one buster card. He can do it. Yeah, no, that's definitely like I like my heals and batteries a lot. Yeah, I don't know if it's like a favorite, but I use those a lot. For NPs, I don't know. Like, I don't get to use it as much, but I still love doing Unlimited Blade Works for reasons. And I'm very fond of both the Rin faces too, just because those have a lot of work in them, and just it brings me joy to destroy that man right over there.
I mean, if we're talking like skill animations, the Rush Girl definitely wins, especially when the little deer pops and she's all like, what the fuck?
The deer's pretty good, yeah. But no, I think this was technical.
Yeah, technical. On a technical level, NPs fucking... Honestly, like, this might sound weird, but I fucking love Urale's NP, because I'm like, how does this tiny girl do so much damage?
Yeah, I know, the numbers are great. It's all in one big blob, too, so you can do the math easy. It's a single-hit arts.
I'm just like, why?
Which is my most consistent, by the way, big damage healer. When we get, like, bonus damage and stuff, that's the one where I'm like, yeah, I just did 1 million damage to that dude.
It's like,
not ONILAND. Onigaishima, there we go. I was trying to remember how to say that. I think that was during that one that I pulled that off. It's a good MP.
Good MP. Anyway, that was that. So thank you, a man charging up his gacha from next year's waifu. And the next one comes from a person stuck in Move AVI. Editing hell. I know this pain. But they say, it's been a bit since I last sent something in the mailbag. I've been working on something. Anyway, it's time for me to ask something that may or not be that complex. Oh, question. How have you guys been throughout the week? My back hurts, but I've seen a lot of cool shit, and I have a lot of questions about the universe.
Neat. I exist. I did stuff. No, I've been great. I haven't been playing as much FGO because I've been doing other stuff, but I've been great.
It's been really great.
And I mean that in the literal way, not when I say it's great, but I'm actually being sarcastic and it's not great at all. No, legit, I've been having fun. I'm staying up way too late, but I'm doing great.
Oh shit, are these beads of sweat on the CE? Dangerous, redrop. Dangerous!
Redrop is very dangerous. And I'm wondering how dangerous it'll be on YouTube. That's okay. I'll get him eventually. They won't win the war against thighs, guys.
Yeah. Yes, everyone, please convert to Droidology. I think that's how you pronounce it.
I have won every fight I've gotten into with YouTube about this. So.
How do I spell it? It's like a droid... Yeah. There's a literal, like, I literally learned this today because thanks, animes. There's literally a church of worshipping big butt curvy women. I'm just like...
A donatology.
A donatology, thank you. You should check it out. It's funny. If they ever ask my religion again, I'm totally putting that down.
Yeah, I linked it to patrons since I scroll back in my Twitter timeline to find it.
Anyway, thank you, a person stuck in MOV AVI editing hell. I'm pretty sure. I think it's movie AVI. I don't know. Fucking movie editing software. I don't fucking know. Anyway, the next person comes from that one guy who exists or something. They say, "Hey, Lucky and Meg, I hope you're doing well. Meh. My question for you this week is a very simple one. Potato. Thank you, and I hope you have a good weeks. And I bless your future rules." I always say yes.
Potato?
I say yes to potato. I like potatoes.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
No, seriously, yeah, no fucking mashed potatoes. I make some mean mashed potatoes. I like to put ranch in them though, so they're a bit ranchy. Then when you get done, you just load them up with fucking cheddar, chives, and bacon bits. Then you just have loaded mashed potatoes, and I'm like, this is the best thing fucking ever.
Alternatively, that's a comment about 300k subs VTuber, not Impulster. Though if you're asking those questions, we do not run on potato. Beef PC.
I cry. I didn't get the joke. I'm not watching a lot. I'm not watching a lot of HoloLive right now. I'm busy.
Yeah,
working.
I mean, I'm not super intense watching, but they're gonna do. I think all of Gen 5 and all of EN are gonna do an Among Us stream. 9 people. So I'm gonna watch that in full at some point. Poka has apparently posted her English cheat sheet, which includes the phrase "marry me" on it. I'll delay this. We're not on a timer. Let me scroll up if I can find it. Yeah, okay. Her English cheat sheet is near, buddy, friend, nope, hope, task, believe, I see, good luck, have fun, sup, sorry, ILU, I love you, I know, right, I don't know, where, cyan and lime, interestingly enough, probably because those aren't colors that are usually represented in Japan. Who, safe, sus, self-report, vent, marry me, and chew. And, it has the kanji next to them so that if somebody says those in chat, she knows what they meant. It's wild.
It is wild. Anyway, thank you, that one guy who exists or something. We're going to move on to Secret Casino King Bun Bun. So, I've been playing, I've been playing the new game Action Taimanen. Get side-eye. It's not bad side-eye, it's just we know. We fucking know. And it has a feature where you can spend AP in chunks to get a higher chance that it drops the level can give. Rather than play a 40 AP node 3 times to get something with 8% drop rates, you play the AP node once at 120 AP and all the drop rates are increased by 300%. Do you think that sort of thing can work for FGO without breaking anything? Also, sorry you had a bad week, Lucky. Hope this next week is better for you. Keep up the great work, guys. Well, I mean, I guess I would like some, but real talk, that's gonna just kill the fucking time you play the game, which is usually
Gosh, I'm thinking about it. Okay, so basically 40 AP, if it's that literal rate where it's a flat multiplier, so you spend, the drop rate is whatever it is, right? It's 100% at 40 AP. You double it to 80 AP, it's doubled, etc. With FGO, the way the AP chunks are, you'd play the game once for triple or quadruple drop rate, and it's the same as playing it. It's good if you need to save time, I guess, but it's not really better. It's a zero-sum game. Yeah. I'm gonna guess, I assume because it's called Action Taimanen, it's more of an action-y type game? Than FGO's pseudo RPG card game kind of effect. Where, that obviously has the slower elements. So yeah, no, if you're doing a really, really long grind fest, yeah, sure, okay. You could do the spend for the extra drops, but I don't know if in general it's worth it. If you're ideally, everybody turns FGO into the minimum time slot they need to, though I will use this opportunity to throw shade. Even Daily Melt was yelling at people to stop putting Scotties on their support list because looping this event is hard for raisins. Anyway.
Thanks, Tank. Keep on that Bernardi.
There's something to be said for, FGO already wants to do it in the minimum time anyway. I don't think that making it just so you spend all your AP, because the thing with FGO is you can't get anything done with just one AP spend usually anyway. Some events you can do it with daily AP regeneration if you log in regularly, but usually you want to spend some apples or get a level up or something, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if I don't think it would actually be efficient for the amount of basically loss of gameplay. Do I want to do an event 3 times for 3 times the drops? Probably not, but I am playing the game.
Like, Lucky's thoughts on this, like, real talk. You're saying, like, 8% drop, that'll turn into 24%. That's still not that fucking great. And that means you got one shot at it.
Yeah, that's 1 in 4.
Yeah.
And also, I'm pretty sure the drop rates we care about in FGO are way worse, is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Though I have gotten a couple of CE drops. It's weird.
Yeah, I know. Like, here's the thing. Just because your odds are increased doesn't mean you're gonna, like, means on a technical level, yes, you have a better chance, but it's still not fucking likely.
Yeah, no, everybody knows that game. 1% every time is 1%, guys.
Mm-hmm. One time, 1%. 3% one time, and then you're fucked for the rest of the day.
Oh, here's my boy Lucky. He's got a point CE on his Chloe.
Ayo. Because I'm playing right now. So anyway, thank you, Secret Casino King Bum Bum, for your question. The provoked thought. This next one comes from Too Much Waifu Will Destroy Your Waifu. Yes, but actually no.
Yes, actually no.
Actually, speaking of which, I was actually listening to, I can't remember, Me. I really like that song. It's still super catchy, like, even after all these years. God, I love it. Have we passed the point where people don't know Me anymore?
They might not. I don't know. We do have a lot of tiny baby children in the audience.
Like, I might have to do some canvassing.
There's definitely been some references I've done that I felt were very timely for me that have gone over the head of some people. I might even have done some of them on stream last night. I don't know.
Discord, give me like a show of hands or something if you remember what Me is. How many people do we got in there? We got a fair amount.
We usually have a few live.
Oh, alright. You know of it. Never listen. Axe knows of it. Because you may know of it.
Okay, if Axe remembers it, I think he's probably one of the youngest people who listens to the show live. That's probably a good one.
I think it's in the part where people are like, I think people are in the thing of, I think I remember it.
Right. That's that phantom conversation thing you have where you're like, I'm pretty sure we've talked about this, but I don't remember what we talked about. Just that it happened.
Oh yeah, no, Axe. That's one of the reasons why I love it and why it always sticks with me, because it's such a commentary with, but with sweet animation and music. Anyway, their question is, what was the biggest beginner mistake you made when starting out on FGO? It's super easy. I rolled on story.
I rolled on story without a purpose.
Yep.
Oh, there's no rate up, but I've got 30 seat quartz. Just it's the mistake almost every time you do in a first gacha where you're like, oh, I have things to roll? Well, I don't have any fucking units. I'll get some new units. And then you're like, shit, there was a unit that came out like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Like, actually, everybody drink, but that's a cool thing that Genshin does, kind of, where they separate event and regular-ass, their version of story,
By the way, tomorrow's gonna yell at people for being too fucking tired about Genshin Impact again. Just letting y'all know.
Hey, they're doing a 1.1, though. It sounds like they're doing some fun stuff.
Oh, yeah, they're doing some nice things.
I need to log in today to Genshin. I'll remember it later.
I do, too. Actually, Omega, do you want to play Jackbox with the community tonight?
We could. We should do that.
Alright. I'll pencil it out in the schedule.
Pencil it in. Hey, guys, you should join our Discord. I will occasionally randomly just grab whoever is lying around and be like, play games with me. Do you have microphone? We play game. Yeah, sometimes it's card game, but sometimes it's like, oh, I'm gonna, like, a lot of people showed up just because I was like, I'm gonna pencil in, Among Us.
Alright. But yeah, so, again, thank you, Too Much Waifu Will Destroy Your Waifu. This next one comes from, hold on, give me a second, I'm sure I'll come up with something. While we're waiting for that, their comment is, hey, Logan and Omega, hope you're doing well this week. Meh, but thank you. I've been looking at the list of servants on the free SR ticket coming up with the next download campaign, but I haven't been able to make a decision on who I want. I've been eyeing up Kazgil and Gorgon because I like those two characters, but I want to hear your recommendations. Mind you, I only started playing around at the start of Gilfest and have not been rolling much, so I have very few servants.
A newbie. Well, thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk FGO, and we appreciate your question. So, SR tickets, kids. That's right, that's coming up soon, guys. Probably going to be over Thanksgiving at this rate.
Mm-hmm.
I think our usual advice for this, Lucky, is pick story locks first.
Yeah, like, here's the thing. Usually, like, anyone who's not a story lock, throw that out. Just throw it out.
If they're not limited or story locked.
Yeah, because, like I said, if you roll even with a semi-regular basis, you'll start picking up the permanent SRs over a while. Like I said, you say you're...
It can take you a while. I didn't get Fran for a year. I have her at NP5 now.
Mm-hmm. Now, you're saying Kazgil and Gorgon. I will tell you right now, Kazgil is a very good caster Very solid kit. Usually can't go wrong with them.
He
Gorgon,
is permanent though.
yep, but he is permanent. Gorgon, is Gorgon story locked?
Gorgon is story locked, I'm pretty sure.
Gorgon is story locked, and Lucky will always talk about Big Snake Titty. But let's see, who else do we have on story lock? We have
There's quite a few. Most of the knights of the round, not Lancelot though. I know he's good, but you might get spooked.
if we're talking sabers, I would actually point probably towards Salter.
Yeah,
Saber
Saber
Alter-
Alter is a really her or Nero are kind of like the OG 4-star sabers, and they are both story locked. Depending on what you've got.
Mhm.
Like they can both be very powerful, useful units. Almost said Nero Alter. Not yet.
Soon, if
Nero is a resilient unit who refuses to die, basically, if you do all her stuff. And Saber Alter is just a beat stick. Like, she hits like a truck, even though she's the 4-star version of that character. I believe last time we had a ticket, I picked Saber Alter because I was lucky and did get Nero on a Nero Fest. Let me see if I can actually find the ticket list. Because obviously we need to, make a graphic and people will be talking about it.
let's see here. So we got Saber Alter, Nero, Medea Lily. Lancer Alter is probably another fairly good choice. AoE Buster.
Yeah,
Decent
very
kit.
big.
Li Shuwen, I forgot, is he Buster or single target arts or Buster?
Li Shuwen is arts. He's one of the few arts lancers. If you are an arts-focused player, or if you don't have a niche but want to start, it's like collecting. Another shout-out, talking to casters, you know who's story-locked? Queen of Sheba. She is a single-target caster, and let me tell you, offensive casters, hard to come by.
Well, here's the thing, at this time, they'll probably still, Medea doesn't hit as hard, but Medea's still good at what she do. She gives people stats.
We lived on Medea's for a couple of years.
It's like, if you put a couple growls and skill levels into her, she'll do goo, but, yeah.
I don't think... Gosh, none of the Berserkers are story-locked, I think, actually. I think they're all permanent. That's good. And if we're talking about class comp and stuff, Gorgon is a legit choice because she is an Avenger, which is a class which can be hard to come by in this game, and does fulfill a niche. The game likes to do ruler bosses, which can be a real pain in the tuchus, let me tell you, for the, half a year the game existed before Avengers did.
Oh, well, here's something else we have to consider. They say they only started playing at Galefest, right? Some of these don't unlock until you clear certain stories.
I believe the ticket is good for anybody.
Oh, it is just for anybody?
Yeah, I don't think it's for who it's in your poll, unless somebody would like to inform me otherwise. I believe it is.
Okay, that's good then.
It is anybody. Because much like with raid-ups, you can roll them anywhere.
Okay. Alright, so... Yeah, so if I'm gonna, pick Kanto Danzo, AoE Assassin, that's...
Who is story-locked.
So we're story-locked. Amy Alter,
Hey, he's got a kit. That's
kit.
more if you like the character, because you can also get Tristan in that setup, who's story-locked.
And also, there's plenty of good, just 3-star archers. Like, Billy the Kid do goo.
Billy's
Urale
good.
do goo.
Urale's, if you fight a male saber, you should use Urale, unless you have a really good Orion or something.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, if they're playing right now, they probably, honestly, I would say for them to skip on Sheba, because if they're playing right now, they can get a caster shoot in.
Yeah, probably. Actually, that might be a good way to skip Sheba, because if you're playing right now, you can do the event. You can probably get at least some copies and work through her and get your shoot in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just... Basically, guys, we're just giving you the rundown of the logic we do when we pick units. What do I have? What don't I have? What do I need?
But yeah, right now, honestly, I'm gonna double down on Saber Alter.
Yeah, that's a solid choice. That'd be a good one.
She has a good design. Her character's great. Her kit. She was called the Pocket. She was called the Pocket Artoria, for an eternity.
Yeah, no, that's the. She has a higher damage multiplier than her big self. So.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we're gonna stand by the Studio Mega Creed. You do you.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if you're oh, but I really want to pick, I don't know, I'm looking, there's a lot, I could say anything. I really want to pick Angry Cat. Hey, do it. Live your best life. That said, yes, we generally with tickets, it is considered the pro strat to pick story locks or limiteds, but I don't think you can actually pick any limited on this setup, which is sad. I hope they do that. Not a lot of people got a chance to get Fujino. By the way, for those who may be asking the question, hey, what would you guys pick? I'm pretty sure since this is gonna be before Lost Belt 3 comes out, though if it isn't, I'll be very surprised. But hopefully I'll roll anyway, so it doesn't matter. But it'll be probably Tristan, I think.
The only two SRs I don't have right now are Saber Diamond and Edison, so I'm a little agita.
Saber Diamond is permanent. Do you want an Edison to complete your collection?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I'm like, I roll so
now,
much.
on the other hand, if this is after Lost Belt 3, which we don't know how they'll do it, right? Like, logically, I'm pretty sure this event will be next, but it could also be Thanksgiving. We really don't know with NA. But they could also include Leon and Consort U in there, because that's a permanent NA storyline. But assume nothing, by the way, guys. Assume only what happened exactly in Japan, and then maybe some other stuff will happen. Okay. But I think we've said all we want to say about that one.
Yeah. We're gonna move on, so thank you. Hold on, give me a second. I'll sure come up with something. I hope we gave you something to think about. But at the end, don't worry about it too hard, and follow the dick in your heart. Speaking of which, our next one comes from a man drunk on shooting thighs. There are worse ways to die. But they say, question. Since you two have played since the beginning, I just want to know if you still know your first SSR. Do you still use them, or are they a bit dusty? For me, it was my classic Artura, and I still use her quite often. Thanks again, and have a hopefully better week. Okay, so Lucky is slightly fuzzy-nosed, but it was either John or Waver. And I'm gonna tell you, I still use the both of them.
I'm pretty sure it must have been John, because you got Waver on air, I believe, during the first GSSR.
Okay. It was John?
I believe that is what happened.
Yeah, I still use my John.
Oh, hey, also, my first SSR was also John, and yes, I still use her. What are you wrong? What's wrong with you? Of course I did.
Listen, guys, I have an NP5 John. She is tank. Well, it was on air. I remember I did get a waiver on air. It probably wasn't GSSR, but I got him on air. I do remember that.
Maybe it was just wrong.
Nope, you still got it wrong, Loth. Unless you're trying to say Raisin.
Was he just rolling for funds? He might have been. I don't know. We've done occasional on-air rolls, and usually weird shit happens.
I don't believe you, Loth.
I doubt Loth.
Well, I'm sus.
He would say no Raisin, but Loth sus. That's okay. Everybody knows Loth sus. They've seen it. They've seen what happens.
But like I said, I have an it is amusing. Like, my Jean is NP5, so we've gone on a journey.
Mm-hmm. Jean was my first Bond 10 as well.
I have not had her Bond 10. Like I said, I don't stall nearly as much as I used to. Usually, it's now as I throw a fuck ton of MPs at things. Good times. Anyway. Thank you, a man drunk on shooting thighs. We move on to Magical Pirate Girl, Fluffy. And they say, ahoy! Defender of Justice, Magical Omega, and Defeater of Evil, Magical Luck.
Why luck? Leave out the Y, it sounds good. It sounds better. I did, by the way, double peace pose, just so everybody knows.
Magical Lucky sounds way much better.
Yeah,
are they just fucking with me?
It might be. You never know.
I'm losing sleep over this.
No, not your sleep, Lucky.
Not my sleep! Well, good thing it's the weekend. Anyway, they say, if you're a magical stick of questionable morals and shady ambitions, so I'm just a stick, which servants would you recruit to be your wielder? Male, females, genderless? I totally make Blackbeard into a magical girl.
Alright, well, if Lucky's gonna take magical gentleman Blackbeard, no, I would just do the silly jokes we did from the first run of Prisma and be like, Magical Raiko or magical Maeve. Like we'd get some probably illegal tall ass magical girl shit up in here.
No. I'm 110 down with that. Give me some magical Nightingale.
Magical Nightingale's just like gets transformed into a sexy magical girl, and she's just like, this stick is illegal. It is unclean. I will remove it. That would happen to Kaleido Ruby.
Must disinfect, and then, yeah.
Ruby's a shady-ass stick.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, considering that Nightingale's CEs are canon, she probably would not be bothered in the slightest with whatever magical girl outfit she is in.
Nightingale's kinky.
She is. She knows it. She knows it. But yeah, Nightingale, Raiko... Technically, I want to say Arash, because I just want to see her die.
In the good way.
In the good way.
That's like, just imagine all the sassiness Rin has on being Kaleido Rin, and then make it worse, basically. Oh no, this is not okay. And then in the power up team sequence, her spirit animal would be a deer.
And she'd be like, "Why?
Why have you done this to me?"
I will say I am low key excited for Merry Christmas from the Underworld. I'm gonna do like I actually did with Halloween and actually probably reread the event. I might cry a little.
Seems like a good choice. It's a good event, and also it's hard time gated, isn't it? It's like one a day.
I believe so.
Yeah, so it's like it's not that crazy, you know. It's like doing Oniland. You read the story anyway because you need some number of hours anyway. I'm really confused by the time gating. Is it like 8:30 a.m.? 8:30 p.m.? But that doesn't make any sense because then it would reset at like midnight for me. I don't get it. When does it reset? Is it lying to me? No, it probably just resets in the morning for some dumb reason.
Also for maximum magical, give me a magical girl Medusa and Medea. They have to be a team. I refuse to accept it any other way.
Medea is just like outwardly embarrassed but secretly loves cosplay, and Medusa's just like,
it's my life now. Listen, Lucky low-key ships Medea and Medusa. He doesn't know why. He really doesn't know why. It's like technically this makes no sense, but I love seeing them together. If I was ever to write a fanfic...
because they're dark ladies.
Oh, maybe.
And also, we just don't get enough of them. They're like what would you even... I'm trying to think of my best way to describe it. They're not quite the background cast, but they're definitely like the secondary... There we go. Secondary cast, right? Mm. Like, they're important, but they're always just slightly out of focus no matter what you do.
Mm-hmm. Like, if I was ever to write a Fate fanfic, I'd totally write a romantic comedy about Medea and Medusa running a fucking bookstore. And just ridiculous hijinks. Because servants. Great. Love it. Reminder again that Lucky actually does a bunch of weird crackpot shit in his brain. He just doesn't talk about it. Anyway. Also, magical something Astolfo. And Dion.
Magical Maid Knight, duh.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, that's basically the Agartha B plot.
It is.
Funnily enough.
It is.
They have costume changes. They have nicknames. It's perfect.
Listen, Lucky is just a lover of all things cute. Are they cute? Put them in a magical costume. I'll love them.
That is definitely a move.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so, in the time codes, Robin, can you let me know, when Lucky fucking killed you? Just jot down that time for me. Yeah, thanks, bye.
Did you use finger guns?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course I did. You can't without finger gun.
Yeah, I know. I just want people to make sure that they understood.
If you ever hear the or an A, you know there's finger guns.
Let's see. For Lucky, it'd be A and...
Oh, yeah. Snapping of finger guns?
Yep.
Sometimes, though, you might just be... well, okay. It would be multiple, but you gotta be careful. If it's one snap, we might be just leading into a Z snap.
I don't know.
I goofed up my timing there because I have a mic arm in my way.
I don't Z-snap often, but I do snap into finger guns often. Sometimes I combine it with the A. Sometimes I get the... Oh, man, I can do all three. Be like, A. Oh, man, that's high levels. Too powerful. I gotta seal that. Speaking of sealing things, we're gonna move on to the next one. So, thank you, Magical Pirate Girl Fluffy. This next one comes from the man who has trouble coming up with names. Question. I see y'all liked my comment last week. I probably did, but I have totally forgotten what it is. But considering where NA is at the story of the Lost Spell, what are your hopes for Lost Spell 3, and what are your realistic expectations for Lost Spell 3? So what are my hopes? It'll have a good story. Realistic expectations? It'll have a good story. Lucky is done.
I mean,
Also, the tree will have some wicked-ass beat.
Yes, my hopes are that there will continue to be sick beats and lit AF tracks. That's what I hope for. Mm-hmm. My expectations is that it's probably going to kick my ass a lot, but it'll be entertaining. Mm-hmm. Listen, there's some people. They had some thoughts and feelings. We'll do a pregame when it's set up. I'll try to give you guys some warning, but I think some of these are going to be a little spice boy.
Dallas, our usual China file, is saying my expectation is China. That is a very solid expectation. Like, here's the thing. Like, I try not to go in with expectations. It is what it is. Nothing I say, want, or do is going to change it. Like, like I have faith in the writing. I have faith in the direction. Am I expecting to have necessarily a tearjerker? Nah.
Yeah, I'm hopeful that we will continue to escalate, but I also, my reasonable expectations are I just want a good time. Like, I'm not expecting necessarily rationally for literally every lost belt to be better than the last, because I know that that's not necessarily how this works. You know, I feel like Lost Belt 1, really good opener, very dramatic. In terms of, like, punching my heart and soul out, Lost Belt 2, I think, hit harder, and had a lot of really good moments. What do I think will happen in Lost Belt 3? Well, I'm pretty sure that things will be shitty, and, I'm probably gonna die inside a little bit, and, Hinako will be there, and she'll have glasses, probably. Unless she decides to take them off. And, Spartacus will jump, I guess, because that's in the trailer.
Big jumps. Like, listen, Lost Belt 1, that was the action high for me. I got to ride a fucking golem and punch a fucking giant. I had a kaiju battle.
Powerful opening.
Powerful. This also had Day of Wrath FGO. I will never get over that. I will literally never go over that. Lost Belt 2, though, had me on the floor. Lost Belt 2, like, had me on the floor. I'm just all like, well, why does things suck? And Lost Belt 3, I'm hoping he maybe gets a comfortable middle in between there. Like, here's the thing. You can't necessarily usually expect things to be better than the last. Because after a while, that just gets fucking impossible. Jesus.
Right, yeah. Plenty of long-running stories have run into the issue of constant escalation.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful about that.
Like, if we take this time to slow down, be introspective, actually wonder about what the fuck we're doing, that'd be alright.
And I believe that this at least will be, like, either in the prologue or in the actual story, we're gonna set up to, like, actually doing events in the proper timeline again.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to whatever the fuck is happening right now. Bullet points for later. But, you know, like, I think there will be some plot developments, and, yeah, that's about it. I like, my hopes are sick beats. Also, I do want to throw out there on the question for, like, seeing you like comments. Listen, I love comments. I'm a serial comment liker. Very rarely will I not like a comment, and that usually means that, I can't, dislike your comment. It's not allowed. But, no, I will usually heart and upvote good comments. Like, okay, there's some neutral comments where I'm just like, okay, cool. But usually I'm like, we don't get so many comments that I can't show my appreciation of people doing comments. So actually, I don't know if other people see that, but they probably do. You'll see a lot of people with the, like, many hearts badges in our comments, because I give it a lot of hearts. Anyway, I think that's our Lost Belt hype train. I'm stretching. Oh. We've been going for about an hour, I think. Yeah, hour 5. Yeah, I don't know how many we've done, though, because your lineup must be different than mine, because you've been going out of order on my screen, so I'm like, I don't know. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're at 12 of 22. That means there's 10 left. We're over halfway.
Yep. We're over halfway there?
Whoa. Wait, no. Copyrights. Oh. So, the man who has trouble coming up with names, thank you very much. I hope I answered your question. This next one comes from last week, who meant to wordplay to look as Dalek from Doctor Who, So Much Hate. Well, SMH. Which Lucky is lit and on board with these kids these days, and he knows that means so much hate. I ain't old. I'm not pushing my mid-30s. Heck. Oh god, I'm old. Anyway, they say, hey, Lucky to Mega, hope you twos are having a lovely weekend. I'm just now having a midlife crisis. Just one outside opinion on my role targets next year. As things stand, I'm going for Kama, Arjuna, Nira Bride, Marin, Space Ishtar, and Shadow Ryan, and as a free-to-play, I need to trim this list down.
Do you? Do you really?
Well, let's see here.
Also, I'm not really sure. That's something I haven't heard before. Marin?
Marin.
That's not what I know. Like, I'm pretty sure they mean Arjuna Alter when they say Arjuna.
What? Yeah.
Because I would think it would be Marin, but Space Shifter is already on this list. I'm not familiar with this one. Not that I want to say I know all the fucking slang, but I know a few.
Does anyone know the slang for Marin? Discord, help us.
I can look at next year's list.
Majin? Nah, too many letters.
That's a few off for Majin. Are we trying to say Mao? Because that would be Nobu here. Mao Nobu. But also that's a thing for a weird one. Like, I know that they just said that they maybe did like a typo or something in their last one. I don't remember that comment exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not familiar with that one. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Well, anyway, I can't fully talk about because I don't know these kits fully well, but I do know that Arjuna and Chad Orion are on top of many people's list for just what they do. They do very, very well. So if you want to maximize probably your freedom potential, you want to keep those at least on there.
They also come at very different times. Arjuna Alter should be just before Anniversary time, Lost Belt 4. And Super Orion comes at the end with Lost Belt 5's release. So that's, very end of the year, right before New Year's. So let's see.
Nero Bride's very good for your arts comps, very good saber, single target arts, has a targetable MP, so very useful. I like using mine. But I don't know, listen, here's Lucky's problem. Sometimes Lucky just sees the servants like, I'm getting them. Their kit sucks. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about Kama.
Kama's a single target assassin who has the only dedicated anti-alter ego kit. Her, is it her NP or her skills who do that? It's one of her skills, yeah, it gives her, her self-battery, her 50% battery also gives her class advantage versus alter egos for 3 turns straight up. So, that's got utility, especially because we've talked about before that there's no other real way to fight them.
Yeah. So, I don't know, but it's also something you can live without. So, if you're not, because, as a Kama's coming with the OQ Labyrinth, and that's after a few things. Yeah, honestly, Kama's good, she's useful, but you probably have assassin.
But also, Kama is still early. That's March. You're not looking for Lost Belt until that week just before Anniversary in June. After which you'll have obviously a lot of stuff. So you'll have maybe a 3-ish month break, depending on how you I don't necessarily know what your FTP ramp up quality is.
Yeah, so. Honestly, I'd say, this is someone who's talking to someone who's rolling on Kama literally just because he wants more Sakura faces. That is literally the only reason why I'm going all in. I literally don't care about her kid. I literally don't care about her class. I literally don't care if she's a good person or not. I'm going for her. But from your free-to-pay list, I would, first off, cut Kama. She'll have a rerun next year, and if you want to try for her again, well, not next year. It's 2 years. Well, she'll have a rerun coming up. And that will give you another chance. Arjuna Alter. Actually, what is Arjuna Alter? Is he permanent, story locked, limited? Limited. Yeah,
it's a big one.
With his utility, I would definitely keep that. Nero Bride gets raid ups fairly often.
Yeah, and Bride will be that's one of the million downloads campaigns, but that's pretty close to that. I think that's April. I just saw you. Oh, no, okay. Yeah, that's right after, or concurrent, actually. That's crazy talk.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, that banner starts, right after, several days after Lost Belt 2. So, yeah, no, you won't have enough time for splitting that quartz. That's if you get lucky rolling Arjuna Alter, you can do Bride. Otherwise, you're gonna have to take a pass, buddy, if you're FTP. Not enough time will have passed. She's good, I don't know. But she's a very popular unit. In case you guys don't know, they stand Nero in this house.
Marin still don't know. Is that Maonobu?
Yeah, we don't know which one that is. In which case, as much as I like Maonobu, that might be a cut, because that's... Guda Guda 4 is also just before? I think that's right after the Labyrinth.
Who's on the summer list? Maybe Marin's in the summer. Hang on.
Summer 4. The 5 stars for summer is Musashi and Artoria. So if it is, none of those I don't follow any of those. Okay, so Mao is also after, but that's between there. It's that's... the problem is that the front half of next year is very clunked together.
Bonk.
Especially because we have our anniversary literally a month earlier than JP does, right? Basically. So... It's gonna be a clusterfuck. You're probably gonna have to, and if you're doing FTP meta picks, it's Arjuna Alter. You may have to skip just all those guys who were in the first half of the year. After
honestly, I'm gonna actually double down on this. Just, actually, how good is Space Ishtar?
I mean, she's got some she does some interesting things. She's got a very unique kit. She's the one who can switch her NP type.
Have we got a rerun for her yet?
No, we have not rerun Saber Wars.
Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm gonna say. Trim down to Arjuna, Alter, Space Ishtar, and Chatterion. That's my official stance. Like, Kama, will you get another chance? Nero, you have another chance. I still have no idea who Marin is, so I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but
we're not familiar with that nickname.
And then, like, Space Ishtar, because
but if they do happen to be a summer, they will get a rerun next year. I know a lot of people don't like to do that, but it happens.
And if it's a Nobu, also get a rerun though as well. But as I said, Space Ishtar is looking super limited right now. And Chatterion is, well, is he limited?
Yeah, he's limited.
Yeah, he's limited, and there hasn't been necessarily a rerun for him yet. So
yeah, those guys are both big. They're on the second banners of big story releases. Yeah, they're limited.
Yeah, no. And it said Chatterion's super good. So that's the swole list. So that's Lucky's official list. You have anything different to say about that, Omega?
No, I think that's a good one. Like, if you want to trim that down, if that's a good enough slots, that's good. Because like, no, most of those units that, like, no matter who those three are, the three that we're cutting out will definitely get rerun banners straight up and are popular otherwise.
Yeah. Remember, sometimes you gotta play the long game.
Clairvoyance, bitches.
Hey. Anyway.
But also, yes, next year, you guys are gonna die.
I'm totally done.
The first 6 months is rough.
Listen, in the first, 3 months, I think I have hecking Benny Enma, Miyu, Murasaki, King Protea, Kama, am I missing somebody?
No, that's, if you're doing the first 3 months, so January is Benny Enma and Prisma rerun. And also Old Man Lee, if you're into that. That's
Not
technically
really.
the Benny Enma event. February is Lady Murasaki Semiramis rerun, King Protea banner, with the Seraph rerun. And then, March is, White Day, Old Spider spins its web, Old Man Moriarty, rip him.
Oh shit, I might have to roll for that too.
And then late March is OQ, so, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is the first 3 months, that's why I'm saying, that's why I haven't counted Rays yet.
Yeah, no. And then, if you want to keep going, then the next month is a double feature, where you're gonna get an Imperial Capital rerun for Majin, there's an MHXA banner for 1 million downloads, and Lady Rene's.
Lucky Screams and MHX Alter.
Agbarg.
Agbarg.
Now, on the plus side, May is fucking empty. Well, it might not be. If they do that Learning with Manga one, that's got a Da Vinci on it, you still don't have that one. But in general, it's just, reruns of old characters. Nobody knew.
How do you do this? I need to save more money.
But then...
There's more.
Then June is the Lost Belt 2, which is just Lost Belt 2 release, and the Nero Bride banner, which will immediately...
You keep saying Lost Belt 2.
Not Lost Belt 2, sorry, 4. I'm doing math.
Math.
It's because a lot of people are... It's because I've been yelling about people about Lost Belt 2 for the ONILAND event for a while. My bad. It'll be Lost Belt 4's release, India. I think I can say... Well, okay. Physically, I believe saying the name of the Lost Belt is not a spoiler, but can I say Yuga Kshtera easily? Maybe.
I mean, I got practice. I can say God damn wrong pretty good now.
Yeah. I don't actually know. It's I assume a hard K immediately into an SH. But Yuga, I can say easily. Yuga Kshtera. Oh, actually, that's a fun fact, by the way. We're totally delaying this, but, did y'all see that, the title for Lost Belt 3 changed in the main menu?
It did?
Yeah. It used to say Chin. Now it says Sin. Just like it eventually did in, GP. So, yeah, have fun with that, kids. Ominous. Alright, we're going to about, an hour 20 now. We should probably move on if we haven't.
Alright, let's move on. Anyway.
Just remember, guys, you're gonna die in 2021. Your life ends 6 months from now. Okay.
Anyway, so thank you, last week who meant to wordplay to look as the leg from Doctor Who, SMH. We move on to, a girl who just had a root canal.
Rip.
I hope, you are feeling okay.
If you need to just lie in bed, we'll record a super huge show that you can just chill and listen to.
That's how we do.
That is a joke. We will always record a super huge show.
Lucky knows how to that. Anyway, they say, when you get quartz from story chapters, how do you spend or save it? How do you save your quartz? Usually until the next character who's either a lolly or has big text show up. Usually. Then I blow it all at once, then I spend money, I get mad, spend more money, finally get it, and then cry. Because I spent a lot of money.
So I usually have my rolling schedule planned at a good solid blocks of 6 months at a time. And if I know there's something coming up that I want, I just hold it in. I slurp it in. I'm like, ye dark gods and shadows. I will swear on my blood I'm not gonna roll with quartz. And then I don't. I'm just like, I'm not gonna do it. I won't do it if you reward me. And usually that works. Occasionally it doesn't.
I don't think they're ever gonna do an Opie Lolly on fucking FGO. That'd just be... I think that's too much. That's too much. FGO ain't that horny on main.
No, they'd have to find an artist for it too, like a specific style who does that. I don't know.
Cool Kill does a lot of Opie Lolly. The guy who does Dragon Maid. He loves.
Hey, can we get a Dragon Maid servant in FGO though?
That'd be great.
Help me out here. Listen, Yu-Gi-Oh did it first. They're cool.
Also, don't question why Lucky knows the premier prominent honest he does Opie Lolly. Don't ask.
Nobody needs to ask, Lucky.
Yeah, no, see, that's what I'm telling them not to. They should already know.
But yeah, so no, for me, I actually save, I do stockpile it, and it really depends on what I'm doing. Like, if it's a story release, or at least any new event release that's going for a banner that I want to roll on, I roll it immediately. If it's not, I'm just like, goes in the pile. That's why I have almost 400 quartz right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, okay, Nira's not technically an Opie Lily. Just because she's short doesn't mean that she's Lolita. That's not how it works, guys. Anyway, yeah, I tell myself not to roll, and I don't roll.
See, here's the thing. I'm pretty good on not rolling, unless there's something I want. I very rarely just roll for shits and giggles.
Yes, the problem is you have powerful desires.
Yes. It's like, I only roll when I want something. Unfortunately, I want a lot of things.
If I could slightly derail the conversation by comparing Lucky to a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh card now.
I would say that he is this one, which is Reckless Greed. Which, for those of you who don't know, Reckless Greed is the card that is the trap card that lets you draw 2 cards, and then you skip your next 2 times you would draw cards.
No, this is totally me.
Spend now, save never. Fuck you, give me those cards. That's Reckless Greed.
That's me.
And now we can make meme edits of Reckless Greed.
I could probably do that. Anyway, yeah. So I think that's it. So thank you, a girl who just had a root canal. I hope you feel better soon. Rest easy, eat soft foods, and think happy thoughts. Just a chest full of boobies and butts. Also, everyone remember it's International Curves Appreciation Day, so go appreciate those curves. I'm not gonna stop that joke until it catches on.
No, the thing is, I get it. I remember how it works. And if y'all don't remember how it works, well, it's gonna keep happening until you get it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so this next one comes from Mothra Dueling with a Monstrous Deck. Who says, weird zen moment. Can't think of much at all. Sorry. They spoke right, I did not. Hope you each have a good fortune, peaceful week to come. Peace is a lie. War is eternal.
War never
changes.
Then so yeah, apparently they went full head empty, no thoughts. And that's okay. Hope you have a good week too, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of you spend a lot of time with us, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
And we are a weekend show, so have a good week, everybody. And then I hard cut the show. No.
Anyway, thank you, Mothra Dueling with the Monstrous Desk. We move on to someone who's trying to juggle 3 gacha games while also real life. Send help.
There is no help to send.
No. Lucky is juggling a full-time job, Genshin, Arknights, Azure Lane, Destiny's Child, FGO. Also trying to stay up on his weekly anime, play video games.
Listen, as far as we know, you're just some rando who jumped in this hole with us. We're already in the hole. Now, you may say to yourself, I can't get out of the hole. And I'll be like, hey, we're in here together at least. Which is a super short version of a speech I really love. I don't remember what it's from off the top of my head, though.
Actually, I feel like I know the speech as well. Fuck.
It's a classic one. It's about, a man stuck in a hole.
Yeah. No, Dallas, this is my hole. Fuck you. We were here first. I pissed in the corner. It's mine.
We've definitely been in this hole a long time. We've been doing the show a while. This is episode 161. Sadly, not 169. Nice. But it has been... Wow, it's only been... Okay, I thought more time had gone by, but it's only been like 5 minutes since I last looked at the clock.
Don't look at the clock. Don't do it.
Yeah.
So, Oh yeah. So yes, thank you, Mothra dueling with the monstrous deck. We move on to. Wait, no.
Nope. Yeah, it was the Man in Hole.
Man in Hole. I forgot. I didn't get past the alias. I'm dumb. Anyway, they say, "Greetings, Lucky and Omega. Fate Extra remake win. It's on the pipe. Muramasa win. In the pipe. Tiamat win. Not actually sure." Again, as much as I like saying Tiamat now, it's like I don't know if they actually ever will have designs to actually put Tiamat in game.
No, I mean, it makes a lot of logical sense, and a lot of people like her and her design, but we don't actually know if they'll do it.
Yeah.
Like, that could be weird.
Like, I'm pretty like, yeah, I'm like, I am 100% Muramasa will show up eventually.
Yes.
But Tiamat, never know. I
still
still super.
We're literally remaking Fate Extra. That's literally happening. We have an episode where we talked about it.
We're just waiting for more confirmation, more details. Like, speaking of Tiamat, I still super hope that the benevolent mother, well, I don't know if it was motherly, but that benevolent feeling we felt while we were Zero saying is Tiamat. She's so like, I know this child. That's what I keep hoping for. No one confirm or deny that shit. I'll smack you. Let Lucky dream.
Who knows? Who knows if people know? People may say they know, people might not know. Things are really opaque all the time.
I know, but like I said, people could like actually try and spoil me, or some people could just try to pull over my end. So my answer is this: like, just don't tell me a fucking all. I'll destroy you.
Yeah, basically, just don't even.
Don't even. I need to just do cuts of Lucky on a panel of fire, just with like snippets of or Fortuna in the back. Seeing that scene in OSP's Journey to the West made me fucking die. Well, actually, no. I stopped the
what's
time.
On topic. We're already in meandering mailbag hell.
Yep. See, Akakaze, you made that shit. That shit right there. Get out. Go. Get out. Wait, hang on. Get out of this call. You are now deafened. You can no longer listen.
Dig my hole deeper.
Yes, you do.
Also, by the way, hey, shout out to everybody. Just a reminder, Patreon chat is not spoiler chat. You post spoilers, you die. Actually, I should post that here.
Hang on, I'll type a message. I'll unmute you later. I'll undeafen you later. Punishment.
Oh, I didn't link spoiler chat.
Yeah.
Dallas, there's no way you're going to spell facetious. Stop trying. I'm not sure I can spell facetious correctly, with Google helping me.
Facetious. I'm pretty sure it's like a
facetious.
Hang on.
There's definitely C, E, S, and I in there. No E? Well, that's going for no E.
I'm pretty sure there's an E in there. Hang on.
Facetious.
Actually, I think that might be right.
Yeah, probably with the T. Facetious.
Yep, facetious. Treating serious issues with deliberate humor, flippant. And that is definitely Dallas.
We're all flippant.
I don't know, sometimes Dallas gets enough flippant and I have to actually, like smack him down with the word of God.
It's true, Dallas does get too flippant sometimes. We just be like, have to be like, you're trying to be funny right now, but it's not.
Smack my rabbit, daddy.
Oh, at least I appreciate that Dallas rolls with the punches.
Oh yeah, no, that's why you can't hate Dallas. Dallas is our mod, and I like.
Yeah, he's one of the mods.
He has opinions.
He has
strong
feelings.
opinions, and he'll share them and yell about them. But if people start yelling back, he'll be like, "No, that's fair," and then yell about something else. So I can appreciate that.
Dallas burns very hot. He gets very yelly during Among Us, but then he's over it next round. Mm-hmm. Guys, go watch the Among Us archive, please. Mm-hmm. Dallas is in it. He's playing the games.
Yes. All right, so we're gonna move on.
Yep.
So thank you, someone who's trying to juggle 3 gacha games while also realize still help. Next one is from Ice Bear is Best Bear, who says, "Dear Lucky and Omega, my question is what you wish. Hang on. My question is, what would you wish was added to the daily rewards?
With a double space in there.
Double space, yes.
I'm gonna guess they were probably trying to do like a comma or something, or 2, and missed it. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But okay, daily rewards, guys. What even do we count daily rewards? Do you mean daily logins or like daily quests?
I'd say daily logins.
Honestly, daily logins are okay. I wish they would, 1, make them 5-star EXPs and do like maybe twice as many. The amount you get for logging in really isn't worth it.
Actually, I think I'd like QP rewards in the daily. Just give me 1 million a week. Listen, I'm not one of those guys who has like 300 million QP. I think I have like 40 million right now. And I'm very worried that I'm gonna like blink and it's be gone, and I'm gonna have like a character who's like, oh shit, because you made left. Fuck, I don't know if I'll be able to deafen them later. Fuck! I'll yell at them later.
We'll fix it.
Yeah, we'll fix it. But Lucky got spoilers, so Lucky deafened the guy who said it, and now that he can't listen to him, I have banished him from this realm! Oh. Yeah, I would say QP, I guess.
QP could be a fun one.
QP is usually one of those resources that you really don't farm for it unless you're in dire need of it. You usually just wait to some event that's going to give you a fuck ton. And
now,
you get a
to
fuck
be
ton.
fair, there is always a QP daily.
There is.
That still requires AP. I wouldn't mind a little... There's not a really good static flat, other than just, like, rolling FP gotcha and auto-burning. There's not really a good automatic way to get QP.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that there were QP fields in the Guda Guda event.
FGO, farm, sim, win. Yeah, but I don't really have any other deep thoughts about that.
Yeah,
like, honestly,
I
don't want to answer it too much because it is just a thing I get for logging in, but so, it's a lot of little things that add up to a big...
if we want them to be worth it is the thing, I think.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I say, like, when they introduce 5-star XPs, maybe upgrade that to there, and then do more of them just because you get, like, 3-4 golds in the week? Maybe 5?
Mm-hmm.
That's, like, half a level, So, I appreciate them stacking more, it's because it's really almost not worth it other than just stockpiling them. But, yeah, that's about it. Speaking of which, I'm going to buy some story XPs right now, and then I might stop because my phone's at, like, half battery.
Alright, so thank you, Ice Bear, it's Best Bear. We move on to... this one comes from Kill Switch Engage, My Curse, Sable X Shiro AMV, circa 2007. Do people still
Holy shit, going in the Wayback Machine for this one.
Yeah, I know. Do people still make AMVs? I bet they do.
I'm pretty sure people do still make AMVs, but I bet they're probably not like what we used to do with AMVs.
Man, I used to make a couple of AMVs. One of my favorite AMVs was fucking... Oh my god, AMV Hell was great. One of my favorite AMVs was actually the song that got me onto Iris's Goo Goo Dolls. I mean, Goo Goo Dolls Iris. I fucked that up. It was an Evangelion one. And I was like, this shit was awesome. And that's one, like, fucking Goo Goo Dolls Iris was, like, the anthem of, like, my high school years. Oh my god, so great. Anyway, let me talk about this. Do we know much about the first two Fuyuki Holy Grail Wars? We know the most about the recent 3. We get the story where Holy Grail War 3 from Adventure Crank and Holoraxia. But doing some cursory research on the first 2 yielded a few results for me, so I was wondering if you knew more. Blessings. Big question? No.
There's not a lot of detail. We know and actually we have... Check our TJ Omega Sensei playlist where I did do a little bit of digging about Grail Wars and the setup. We know kind of the pre-show, because we know the names of the characters involved in setting up the Grail War, who were presumably involved in Grail War 1. We know that it was a clusterfuck. And then I think it wasn't until the third one that we got whatchamacallit?
Angermania?
No, the third was Angermania. I don't remember if the church was in the first two. Because I think they invited them. At some point the church wasn't involved, and then they were involved. And I'd have to actually check my notes. But we've done this research. We don't know the details like the servants or anything. We just know that they were like the first 2 were like huge bloody messes and clusterfucks. They didn't work. For a variety of reasons. And then alright, so it was probably after the first one was such a fuck up, they tried to invite the church, and then that didn't fix anything. And then the Einsburns tried to cheat in 3, and that really fucked it up. All you guys need to know is that the Holy Grail War has been a fuck up all the way back, but for different reasons.
It's like they just don't learn.
It might have something to do with the Einsburns are still using cursed gold to fund it. It's almost like there's a problem here that we aren't addressing. Anyway, anywho's.
Yeah, no. Again, this is one of those Nasuisms that, like, we're not sure if he doesn't fucking know himself or he's hiding it so he can just pull it out of his fucking back pocket like, I had it all along!
Yeah, we'll be 5 years into the next one, the Tsukihime remake will finally come out, everybody will be happy, and then, like, 6 months later, Nasu will be like, also Fate -1. Because, Fate 0, get it?
It'll be like, they'll call it, like, some, like, Fate Eternal Emptiness or something.
Just like, hey, I've buried this manuscript for 20 years to bring it back just now. Fun times. A lot of this would probably... 3 probably has some stuff in it. I think a lot of people would want to see, but we'll see.
I think 3 would probably one that we would actually like probably the most because it's when...
Like, that could have stuff. 1 and 2 are such unknowns that we, other than we know they went poorly, we don't actually know shit about anything in them. Mm-hmm. And I gotta be honest, speaking of, Nasuisms and Nasu defining stuff, I don't know if Nasu wants to actually characterize those people more so than we've seen. Though I guess technically the really only one is the Tosaka founder, because somehow Zoken made it all the way from 1 to 5. Don't ask me how that shit works. And
Eating babies. I think it's literally eating babies.
Well, no, he becomes a worm man. Though I don't know, he might eat babies too. That might just be a thing they do. That's what Darnik does. Is he eats baby souls?
Oh, that's what Darnik did. Okay, I knew someone.
Yeah, that's why Darnik looks the same in like the 1930s or the 1940s as he does in like 2005 or whenever the fuck his Holy Grail War takes place. He ate a couple babies. That's all you need to do. Yeah, 1860s officially had the designation. Yeah. Okay, so they didn't involve the thing until later. The church they decided to bring in the church. Yeah. But yeah, no, like we have seen a few, so that might be an interesting way to a throwback. But yeah, no, 2 is especially the most, because we don't know who the fuck anybody was in it. Like, we can assume there was an Einsburn homunculus in it, and we can assume Zoken picked somebody, or might have done it himself. We don't fucking know. And there was probably an Tosaka. That's all we got. That's all we know. Who were the other 4 schmucks? Who were the servants? What happened? I don't know. But it was in the 1860s.
Zoken was probably simping for Justice.
Well, yeah, that's him.
That's him.
Sadly, this is set in Japan, so it can't be actual Wild West. But it's in the Wild West times, so we can have a fucking fake cowboy aesthetic. Come on, Nasu. Help me out.
I totally believe that there would be American over there being all like, the Japanese! Desu.
I got 2 guns.
Bang.
Clank, clank.
Bang, bang, Desu.
I'm that guy in the movie who has a gun. Like everybody else doing samurai. Everybody else has got a katana. I've got 2 guns. Click. Bang, bang.
I cast spells by shooting. I cast death. Bang. You dead.
My favorite. Alright, okay. I gotta take a break. We've been going on so long.
Alright.
I gotta take a fiver. We'll wrap this up when we come back. No, there we go. There's the pause button. Alright, I came back. I took this opportunity to plug my phone in, because it was low. Mm-hmm. But also, then Vesper hurt me personally.
Oh, what did she do?
Check in general. If you dare.
I dare. Hang on.
It's cursed. I've already said it's cursed.
Well, I gotta do that.
Yeah.
I think. Hang on.
This is very cursed. Robin, I'm glad you're right there. You'll know when this happens in the audio about the thing. But okay, plug my phone in. No, we're getting a train now.
I have yelled.
And it's a pun. Why? You cursed me so. Anyway, okay, alright. We were in the middle of a question. Joy. I think we wrapped up that one about Grail Wars.
Yes. So, thank you, Killswitch Engage, My Curse, Saber X Shiro, AMV, circa 2007.
Just had to throw that one out there.
Yeah. Okay, so I have to think because okay, so first, dear Sir, alias Sir Andreas Ivan Grillardin.
Oh, this is a mood. This is a tone right here.
Hello, Lucky and Omega. No question. Just wanted to fish you a happy pre-holiday fustercluck and make Lucky read some silly things to break up the question.
Well, mission accomplished, kids. Fly those banners. Stand on that aircraft carrier.
So thank you, Sir Andreas Ivan Grillardin. Is Vesper getting sass? Vesper is about to get sass. I feel it. I'm hurt personally. I'm hurt personally. Now we're sassing Vesper. But this next one comes from that guy who is Dave, Lord and Savior. And they say, are there any servants you feel appear together too often? Always felt Cleopatra's whole character seems to revolve around Caesar or Kaiser. I really like to see a different side of her.
Well, so, funny story, guys. Until Caesar showed up in Egypt to follow this guy called Pompey, Cleopatra actually really didn't do anything with her life. She was married to her brother, and he was technically in charge, and she didn't like him. And she probably would have gotten rid of him, but that's not how history went. Well, I mean, they did get rid of him, but that was mostly because he cut off Pompey's head, and Caesar was displeased. So.
Also, I think she has plenty of character when Caesar's around. She's, the literally most fabulous. Seeing her in Halloween, 2 and 3 always makes me laugh.
Yeah, right. Like, they do the couples jokes. They did it in Oniland, even. But also, they do still talk about them separately. So, like, I think she's got a decent amount of characterization.
Mm-hmm. She's literally that high-profile celebrity.
She's super cool.
She's super cool. She sparkles all the fucking time. She knows that fucking pharaoh martial arts. It's wild. Actually, now that I think about it, Cleopatra's kind of a jokey character.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it's probably because they got the Danganronpa guy again after Dantes, who was very memey also, back to do the art. It was like, okay, well, we're gonna be a little weird. Like, they cut it loose a little bit because, I'm sure because Cleopatra is so famous and they wanted to make it interesting. And also, she did have to be in an event with Liz, so.
Yeah, when your breakout event is with Liz, I don't think there's much chance for you to develop into a necessarily serious character. Oof.
Anyway.
But that wasn't actually the question.
No.
The question was, are there any servants you feel appear together too often? No. Like, here's the thing. Like, the fucking lolly trio of Jack, Rhyme, and John Alter Santa Lily appear, like, all the fucking time. But I love them. Let's see here. Let's see,
And not to say that Jack doesn't fly solo occasionally, or other weird pairings. Hi, Hamburger Oni and Squid Oni.
That was wild.
Which is also another, talking of frequently paired, that was also a change-up for Giles.
Yeah, usually
he's usually hard-locked to one of the Jeans.
And we got to see another interesting pairing.
They've actually, so, fun fact, while Oniland did do the Caesar, Cleopatra joke, they read the teacups together, and Cleopatra is almost crushed because she tries to sit in Fat Caesar's lap, and then they do the teacups. But it actually, in general, does actually do a lot of weird pairings of characters. I feel like you probably do see, like, Ibaraki and Shuten hanging out a lot, for obvious reasons. They're kind of in a girl posse. They're a gang. Mm-hmm. They have signs. But the structure of Oniland deliberately breaks that up in a certain way. And it's very funny, and I love it. But we'll talk about that later. We will. Something you said has been screen capped. It's hilarious with your Corona avatar still.
Now I need to hear the doggo yell it.
She would.
Anyway,
I feel like Oniland deliberately is doing that almost subvert expectations thing where they do some weird pairings.
Actually, okay, here's something that I think slightly irks me. Ushiwakamaru and Benkei. Now, I will say, this is a historical pairing, so they have every reason to be there. But because of their pairing, there is almost never any time for Benkei to actually stand out on his own. He's always shadowed by his lord, Ushiwakamaru. I think that is something that I think will say bothers me a little bit, because Benkei...
Yeah, that is interesting, especially considering Benkei would have been written to not be with Ushi. Ushi was obviously, she's in the trailer, she was premiered for FGO, but Benkei was a unused concept from Apocrypha's concepts phase. Yeah. So clearly there was gonna be a story with just him flying solo.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think that they necessarily show up, but the only time Benkei usually shows up is with Ushiwakamaru, and there's jokes.
Part of the comedy duo.
It's jokes. It's funny, but Benkei has really...
I can see that, yeah. I'm not the fondestest of Benkei, but Ushi got to, like, in summer, Ushi got to kind of, like, I think there were a couple of Benkei cameos, but that was mostly, like, as a punchline. Mm-hmm. Ushi and you would be doing something, and then Benkei would just scooch into frame.
Like fucking and Setsubun, it's Ushi and Benkei, and Benkei's doing his damnedest to distract Ushiwakamaru, and that's hilarious. And you can kind of understand their Benkei, but it's still, he's the fucking straight man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's any unrelated pairings that pop off the top of my head. We've been seeing more.
I'm trying to think about it. I'm trying to think about, like, doubles, pairs, etc. But, like, most character dynamics that exist and are reused in this game are done so because they work. Chemistry.
Oh, I finally got my first damage up. Yay!
And I'm not trying to think about how much... Now, luckily, it's actually pretty close to the second one after that. I think it starts ramping, is the thing. But, man, it was a climb, right? Anyway, we'll talk more about that in a second, too. I'm trying to think... if there are probably, I think we had the reverse of this question maybe last week, but recently about like who would you want to see like hang out more? But like no, there's definitely characters that like exist in pairings, but I think that they're all mostly okay when they do it. Because if they are doing it, it's for a reason. It makes sense in some capacity, some capacitor.
All right. So, all right. Well, before we drag on too long, because we still got a back half, we're gonna keep going. Thank you, that guy who is our Dave, Lord and Savior. We move on to Shuba. Dear Lucky Omega, do you think FGO will get to a point where we'll get invested in less lost belts? No.
Probably not, just because of the way the metaphysics work.
Yeah. Like, you guys gotta remember, lost belts work because a fucking alien tree stabbed into the ground and anchored a point in time. So
yeah,
technically,
normally lost belts are supposed to be lost. They're supposed to be pruned. They're gone.
Yes.
Whereas singularities are, hey, there's something wrong in the past that's not a thing yet. Go fix it.
Some powerful magical artifact has resonated in the area, or someone has picked it up and has tinkered with it, and now has done something to divert from the usual timeline.
Like, I don't know, they could probably play with more straight-up alternate timeline events, but most events are weird anyway.
Well, like here's the thing, like, I guess, like, okay, on the most technical level, I guess they can maybe justify it, because the trees apparently do throw out seeds.
Yeah, there could be something, like that's probably a part 3 type thing, after we're out of Lost Belts and into whatever comes next. Whatever form it takes.
But usually the big culmination of the Lost Belt is we fight a giant fucking space tree while epic EDM plays. So I don't know. I can't say it's a 0%, but I think it's super fucking low. Maggie, anything to add to that?
Nah, not really. Like I think you hit on the stuff. Like it's like hypothetically, yeah, but probably not. It just does. It's what we would call a non sequitur. Does not follow, but okay. Sorry, I'm getting some weird phantom pops on Discord. Phantom notifications. All right. That was that question, I think. So.
All right. So the next one comes from Cahulian God, and I'm doing some pre-reading, and I'm like, all right, but here we go. We say we're doing them all. We're doing them all. So the next one comes from a Cahulian God, and they say, before my question, a bit of context. I mentioned at some point, future Archer John gets a buff similar to Moriarty that allows her to change the morality of servants. What specifically gets buffed to make this happen can be a discussion later.
It would be the charisma, probably.
Yeah. Long story short, John makes as many servants as she can into good hypnotized little siblings, and in doing so causes a war between herself and Moriarty's Chaldean criminal web. The Arts Buster Archer Wars has begun. As for the question, simply, which side would you join? Be it the hypnotized little siblings subservient to John's desires, or join Moriarty's sentient as a middle management accomplice to his corporate ladder. P.S. Apologies once again for being out of line last week.
Okay. 2 points. 1, how dare you suggest that I'm middle management? I am definitely a senior partner. 2, I'm going to take a part in your fetish roleplay. Like, I think that's the wordiest answer I could get, other than just, what? Lucky, thoughts?
My God. Like, okay, I know, like, oh my God. So, I can't, throw too many stones. I come with crackpot theories all the time, but why? Why would you want to answer to this?
Yeah, this is a big lead up. I'm going to repost the question in chat so people can read it with their own, because at least one person has been like, what did Lucky just say? Yeah, no, this is one of those, okay, I'm glad you provided context. That's really good. Sometimes people ask us hypotheticals without context, and that's even more weird. However, why? Okay, I don't want to, because you said talking about, sorry for being out of line. No, this isn't out of line. This is just on a man-to-man level. Why did you ask me that? Why? Why would you ask me this? I don't really know if I have anything interesting to say about this.
Yeah, Lucky's gonna go, why not both? I like John Archer and I like Moriarty. And if I can't take both, then this question is irrelevant to me. Lucky is selfish and greedy and doesn't think ahead.
I'm just making noises now.
I bet you do, Moriarty. Hey. Guess what I did? Honestly, I do like the idea of maybe John Archer getting a buff, though.
No, that'd be cool. That'd be great.
That'd be cool.
Would they turn it into a Gouda style double event? Oh, fucking no.
That'd be hilarious.
Why would they do that? That'd be funny, but it would be weird.
Hmm.
Though I don't know. I think they might know about the memes because Moriarty has the skill buff to make characters' alignments temporarily evil so he can buff them with charisma. But still. Also, Jean, in fiction, Jean doesn't need a buff to do that. She can already do One Beam.
Sorry. I'm just imagining John just, like, fingers to her fucking head, just beam.
while the Ahage just...
Oh, Maya Sakamoto, save me!
There is no saving us, Lucky. We're already in the hole. Almost 2 hours, by the way, guys.
Okay. Thank you, Gahulian God. I don't understand your question, but it made us laugh. That's all that's important.
Yeah, that was in improv, that was a perfect yes and.
Yes.
You pitched the joke, and then I killed Lucky. Okay.
Alright, last one.
Let's go. Last one, alright.
Yeah, last one. So, this axe, John is literally brainwashed, Moriarty's literally brainwashing you two to be evil. You're getting brainwashed no matter what, man.
Yeah, no, you get the alignment changed, whatever. That's the joke. That's the joke.
So, last one comes from an incident waiting to happen. Oh no. They say, "Dear Lucky Lucky, no, I wasn't fucking with you, it's just my autocorrect, but just for you, here." Well, thank you. Listen, if Moriarty's... Don't trust what Moriarty says. Real talk, don't trust it. Why do you trust that old man? I love him, but I don't trust him.
Shifty old man. He's just standing there, menacingly. Don't trust that old guy. That's what Shinjuku is about. It's about not changing that. Well, that doesn't happen yet, Axe. That doesn't count. You don't know if he's your favorite bartender. Just because somebody told you that he's your favorite bartender doesn't mean it's real. Okay, anyway, let's finish reading the question. It's our last one. Let's go.
What's your... I'm gonna call a technical foul on this fucking apostrophe R-E.
That is an incorrect your. That's a yellow flag.
Mm-hmm.
10-yard penalty, still first down.
Is it? Has football begun? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it has. Okay, I'm just gonna not look at chat until you finish reading this question. They're just gonna have to have their own little conversation.
What's your opinion on the Mages Association as a creative work and your personal thoughts on it? I have seen this question because a lot of people seem to have a negative opinion on it, which is not unreasonable. It's just that I see it as politics and business went too far without any morals. Is that weird? Because a lot of people seem to think that the organization is dumb, but something that being around for so long is kind of an insult to human intelligence, right? Also, why do you guys don't like Reddit? Thanks for your response and have a fluffy day. I appreciate that. Please from now on, instead of referring to have a good week or anything, give me a fluffy week. I like being fluffy.
Solid.
But anyway, well, I don't know. Omega and I, like, we share a lot of the same thoughts, but sometimes we're different. So, Omega, you want to get at what you wanted to say first?
Yeah, I mean, so, general opinion on the Mages Association, like, if you want to contextualize, it's just business, right, bro? Obviously, I haven't done that research and done that talk, like, about Magecraft, about the Mages Association. Yes, they have a reason for them to be kind of crappy people and awful human beings.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that they're not crappy people and awful human beings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when Disney sucks the life out of people to make their movies, or accidentally thanks the region where, the Chinese, the CCP, are doing some crimes against humanity. Don't at me, bro. Okay, sure, I'm sure that was good business to film your dumb movie, but also, why? Don't do that. Just don't. Like, just because that is the assumption of, and the nature of, like, the dispassionate corporatism, doesn't mean that ethics and morals don't exist. And honestly, ethics, morals has a certain implication. Let's just talk about professional ethics. I have concerns about the Mages Association of professional ethics, Lucky.
Oh yeah, no, I can get that. Like, Lucky is definitely a person who believes in more of shades of gray. I will not say that, I'm a person who says the ends don't always justify the means, but sometimes they fucking do. But I'm still like, Mages Association, what the fuck you're doing? That's your fucking child.
Yeah,
Excuse
like,
you.
they do a lot of really fucked up dispassionate shit to try and further their magical goals, which may or may not even work because nobody's fucking succeeded because reality doesn't want them to succeed. It's really weird. Like, I totally understand the logic of, like, well, we can do magic, though. We don't want to just let magic die, right? But at the same time, again, ethical concerns, guys. I just don't know how ethical it is and how intelligent it is. Like, I don't know if it's like, yes, the organization is probably dumb about some things. There's a major point that they don't understand fucking tech, and, like, I think that's a plot point as we get further into the future. Like, I think in Strange Fake, like, Flat gets caught on fucking cell phones doing his summoning or something. Because he's an animal. Flat is an animal.
He's a lovable
crazy.
animal.
And guess what? None of the mages know anything about this except, like, Waver, because they don't fucking know what cell phones are.
This is why Flat gets the fucking eagle grip. A lot.
So it's like, there's just a lot of little things. Like, yeah, I understand they've been around for a while. And yes, you can respect old institutions. If you're definitely like, but they've been around a while, that means something. Omega's definitely not the person to sell that line to. I'm like,
oh no, like, here's the thing. Here's something. Here's the problem about old boys club. The older it gets, usually the more fucked up they are inside. In real life, I'm a small organization leaning man, so it's just like, yeah, no. This just because something's been around for like 2,000 years doesn't mean it's good. That just means it's good at surviving. Remember, the bigger something is, the more points of failure it has.
The harder is to change as well, which can
and
there's a lot of shitty crap in there.
I'll definitely say the Majors Association is slow to fucking change,
no,
which is probably another one of the problems. So here's the thing, I understand the Majors Association. I don't necessarily agree with the Majors Association. That's the thing. I can understand why they do what they do, and I can understand the reasons behind it, and I can empathize with some of it. But at the end of the day, it's just like, no, you're fucking up human beings for a maybe. If you're fucking up humans for an absolute, I'll be like, but no.
Their results are a little mixed.
If the results are mixed, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You should not be anywhere near this right now. You should not be fucking with people who cannot make fully informed decisions on their own. Like, that's one of my hard rules. Don't involve children. Never. Ever. Even your own. So,
and also, Dallas, sorry, X is typing. Dallas brought up a good point where, like, the Mages Association does technically have rules and ethics. They're bad at them. They're really bad at them, and they usually don't punish anybody. And again, unless you're Waver, usually you don't punish people for violations unless somebody gets involved. Like, think about how sinister that lady in laws and policies was in Case Files.
Hey, this is another thing about those old boys. It's who you know and what you got. They can just sweep shit under the rug. That's a problem of fucking, I guess old boys club. I can't really think of the word. It's just, nepotism.
Yeah, nepotism and old institutions. Like, if you think about Case Files, slight spoilers for Case Files. I don't know if there'll be a time code or not or whatever, but like, like the final case, the big rail train case, right? Gets quite a few fucking people killed just to figure out who done it, and it's a little dumb. Yeah. And that was mostly, like, some of that was Waver's plan and not working out as good, but definitely there was a decent amount of setup on the behalf of Policies Lady, who was trying to bait Dr. Heartless into revealing himself. And then Waver was like, I'm ready to do my big reveal. But we had a couple corpses by that point, and, like, a guy lost his eyes. Like, there was a whole thing. Like, it was wacky and wild, and I'm sure there were also some guys, and who knows, they were probably shitty people, but they still got ate by vampire trees. That happened.
So, I think my final bullet point is personally, I believe that the Mages Association being the way it is inevitable. Honestly.
Not without them, like, really going for a rebuild.
Yeah, no, because, like, as I said, they're slow to change, they're stuck in their ways, they have a super inflated sense of self. Jesus fucking Christ.
That's true. That's also another thing. Like, talking about ethical things, like, they got a lot of big dick ego, which they really don't deserve, because, man, again, I cast death. Bang, my gun. Like, that was why, Kitsuku was so terrifying as the mage killer. He was a mage, and yes, he did have some special techniques, but mostly he used his knowledge of magic to fucking social engineer his enemies and just take them out with a fucking gun. But, the ultimate weapon, a gun!
So, it's like, but like, as I said, like, any organization that, like, spends enough time will eventually lead into corruption. That's one of the reasons, like, that's just human nature as a whole. You spend enough time, something will fuck up. It's just happens. And unless something is done to remedy that fuck up, it will just continue. Fuck, look at the fucking Holy Grail Wars. Another perfect example. You didn't fix the problem? Guess what? The problem still exists.
Yeah. That's what we have here is a failure to self-examine.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, like, I think there are some positives in here. Like, yeah, some people do like, God, mages, they're so dumb. How do they get anything done? But also, no, there is a legit question there. How do these guys get anything done sometimes? Like, but yeah, no, I understand the point of this question, and yeah, it's possible to dogpile on people a lot.
Mhm.
But also, no, like, mages are generally written to be shitty characters. Like, that is Nasu's opinion. It is the opinion that and that's kind of what you were talking about, like, as a creative work, right? Like, like, the Mages Association are the establishment. They're not necessarily good guys or bad guys, but in the terms of the supernatural, the hidden world, if you're talking about urban fantasy tropes, they're the establishment. Which usually means for the plot to exist, they have to be ineffectual.
Mhm.
And guess what? They're ineffectual at stuff. Like, they're not really... I wouldn't say morally that they're necessarily good or bad as a whole, but as an organization, they exist. They're the establishment.
Also, they like to use the Mages as a foil to usually the main characters, who are usually good people, but horrible mages.
Yes. Like, take Rin, for example. All the right talent to be a mage, none of the right personality. Rin is way too nice and concerned about other people to be a good mage. Like, she only does magic stuff because, well, one, she's got a complex about her dead dad, but also just because it's like, what else do I do with my life? Yeah, but no, it's a whole thing. And like I said, I think there are some legit points to the question, but yes, you asked for our personal thoughts. I think those are our personal thoughts.
Yeah.
So Reddit, well, I'm gonna guess that Lucky's probably gonna say he doesn't actually have an opinion on Reddit.
Nope.
Yep, nope.
Mm.
I would say it's not that I don't like Reddit. Like, I browse some subreddits. We don't really have a good response on the FGO subreddit. Like, you know, we never really got any traction there. Shout out to those people who recently have occasionally linked episodes of ours and posted them. That's cool. We appreciate that. Like, I'm not against the platform. It's just that you also probably... actually, I'd have to double check. I don't think, other than, like, animations, I don't really feel like I see, when I skim r/Grand Order, I don't feel like I see a lot of YouTube videos that aren't, like, official PVs or streams and stuff. Like, just in general, the two communities don't mix well. I don't know whether that's just the way the people on Grand Order are, whether it's too much of a pain in the butt to share to Reddit, whatever. Like, I just know that when we were getting started out, the subreddit wasn't really there for us in that sense. And I was just like, okay, we'll just get on without them. And that's where we are right now. You know.
Shout out to that guy like a month ago who said we were good shit on Reddit and recommended us. You're awesome.
Yeah, I'm not against them. It's just like I said, we just don't have a relationship. That said, you know, like I said,
Dallas, aren't you the person who goes out of his way to get himself to try to be banned on Reddit and cackles at it?
He might be. Dallas is throwing some shade, which is Dallas's own opinion, so I do not need to reiterate.
Oh, not on our Grand Order.
Interesting. But no, like, that's why, actually, honestly, the fact that our Grand Order is kind of, like, very cobbled together and weird, that's usually why most people go to another subreddit called FGO Guide, r/FGO Guide, which is just translations of events, basically. It's either translations of event details, you see a lot of servant profile and lines translations there, and you see a lot of story translations there. And it's just, it's very focused, so there's not a lot of discussion, but it exists and gives helpful info. Like, I check that one super regularly.
Bam!
Okay. Thumbnail.
It took a minute to load.
Yeah.
Alright. So, that is it for Let's Talk FGO Mailbag. Thank you everyone who sent in your comments. I hope all of you had some big brain moments, maybe some no brain moments. But from here, we're going to move on to Free Talk, which our big thing is, our only thing, pretty much, is Oniland.
Yeah. Because I thought about this earlier, and I didn't put it in the notes, but I want to shout out. Yeah, I decided not to do, Wilfred Corner, basically, in detail about Caster Shuten. One, just because, why would you not? Because she's just great. You don't need to know shit. Just have her beat up things. But also, she's not permanent yet either. Like, that's story locked, so... I figured it would be good to save and see kind of what we would do with this episode, and then plan it into next week, basically, where I will also tuck it in with Teach Omega Sensei at the end, because that'll be next week as well. Like, honestly, this was a light week. I probably could have worked it in, but I think we had a lot of fun, and we spent an hour and a half on Mailbag, and it worked. So, yeah, that's just why there's no high-speed low drag. Also, I gotta be honest, I haven't had much opportunity, because I haven't had a lot of time to get story XPs to use Shuten, so... It's a little weird when she's temp to talk about her when I'm like, I haven't even fucking used her yet. So
mine is still level 1.
Oniland. I think I mine through a couple of ascensions, but I've been occasionally buying story XPs. Oniland first impressions. My first bullet point, Lucky. Mm-hmm. The timeline makes no sense.
What do you mean by that?
Post Summer 3, but we're in Chaldea, right?
Yeah.
But we meet Tsutunai.
Yep.
And unless this ends with her, like, Men in Black flashing our memory, we also meet Sitonai for the first time, slight spoilers, in Lost Belt 2. Hence why she's story-locked to Lost Belt 2, normally. I feel like we're in, like, the Dragon Ball Z movie universe, where, like, the events are kind of the same up until this point, but not. So it's like, it's really weird. Like, when does this happen? How does this happen? But then how do we not know people we meet later? Wild. It's kind of weird. I gotta be honest, I don't actually care that much about this. I just wanted to throw it out there because that was my first thought when they're doing the setup, and I'm just like, when is this happening? Like, it cross-references Summer 3.
Sorry, Lucky's trying to remember his goddamn password. He does weird passwords because...
Well, you gotta do weird passwords.
Yeah.
Passwords are asinine these days.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, okay, I'm logged in.
Yeah.
So, like, honestly, I think it's probably because of the problem of they're in the situation where we can't have fucking...
Well, yeah,
like,
no, we're still in a weird one, but the pitch for this just feels very almost egregious, where it's like, okay, we're gonna run into, hey, we're meeting Sitonai in her mountain cabin, and who knows? Like I said, maybe we'll forget everything at the end. Maybe Oniland was just a dream, but
yeah, Sitonai has mentioned that like she will be fucking vanishing and she won't remember anything. So maybe I don't know, but yeah, no, I'm willing to just fucking roll with it.
For the sake of Oniland, I don't actually care. I just wanted to, this is my immediate thought when I saw this setup. I'm like, what is happening right now? Well, whatever. There's an amusement park in Hokkaido. In Chitose, to be specific.
Let's keep showing Chitose.
Apparently, the people, well, it's magic, but it's also very funny to just be like, oh, these people just don't casually care that they're in a fucking Oni-run, populated by servants, amusement park. It's great fun.
In winter, apparently, because isn't it like literally like snowing outside the amusement park?
Yes. Well, I assume it's fall. Yeah.
It's Hokkaido. I'm pretty sure.
Actually, that's true. That's right. Because Salieri is a character who's in it at multiple points. It's weird. Wow. Oh, hey, not Lucky, Loth. Both L's. Loth called out a point that I didn't put in my notes, but is very funny. The food court bit.
Yes.
Where they're buying food, and they mention the guy in the red coat, obviously Emiya.
Obvious.
And then the dad references the food, and he says, "Oh, I didn't get it from the man in the red coat." I'm like, "Okay, who's it gonna be? It's gonna be one of the chicks. Who is it?" And it was like
Budako or Tomacat.
It was a woman who was wearing an apron and nothing else. And the wife's just like, "Dear," and he's like, "No, it's okay. She was wearing cat ears." And you're just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you say that?"
Real talk. Either way, he'd be boned. Boudica or cat, you're done. You're done.
Yeah. But no, so there's that just basically starts the tone. So what Oniland does is, like we said, it's vaguely Halloween aesthetic, but it's not really Halloween themed. We make a lot of jokes. We set up a lot of character pairings, and we make a lot of jokes. One at just about general amusement park culture stuff, and also at the expense of the magical girl genre.
Yes, they actually did go with Onicure.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the Magi Fender part is, because God, they use that one a lot. There must be some really awkward or, like, obscure pun that is in the Japanese. Or, God forbid, it actually literally translates to, like, magical defender, but smashed up or something.
I mean, they might put, like, Magi something.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but the Magi Fender localization is awkward, because that's not real. That's not a real thing. You made that up. Why are you telling me that like it's a real thing?
Japanese does have this, sometimes we'll just smash words together.
Yes, I mean, because they're they create portmanteaus because they are they'll do abbreviations as well, acronyms, but they usually do portmanteaus because they are Japanese is one of, phenome-based languages. You create words by putting sounds together,
yes,
which match characters, rather than in English where it's letter-based, so you can shorten the letters to make an acronym.
Yes.
So yeah, no, I'm somebody may have used the term Magi Fender. I'm not familiar with that one. It's a little weird, but it's fine. They do actually call her Onicure. So I understand, I referenced earlier that the download was big. I understand why. I knew that there would be these little slides, but I did not know there would be voice work.
It's great.
Yeah, it's super great, because it's, is it Nao Takayama? I think is Ibaraki's voice actress.
I can't remember.
It's definitely Nao. I don't know if I got the surname right. But it's just Ibaraki being excited, and God bless Aoyuki, who's just asleep, basically. Just sleepy shoot, and are you caught up on the story? Are you up to our current story lock? Okay.
Yeah.
If you're not, semi-spoilers for the joke, but I'm going to say it. You got the spoiler warning at the start of the show. We're doing first impressions, so if you're not playing the story locks, blah, 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 blah. So in the current next time on, they're like, we're going to finally fight the Great Oni. We're going to get him, and it's got Ibaraki fucking putting up her dukes. It's adorable. but Shuten is just sleepily listening in the background. Oh, maybe it's Otake, and Ibaraki's like, I said that, because she did. And it's like, oh, maybe it's that other guy. I said that one too. Oh, Ibaraki, was it you? Shoot, what? Just like Ibaraki's just flabbergasted, and then next time. Like, and that's the tone of all of them. I don't know if that was the reference in Japanese, but I'm pretty sure they referenced Bloody Mary in the House of Mirrors.
Oh yeah, they totally did. I don't know of any other woman in a mirror that appears by calling her name that was supposed to scare little kids.
Yeah, and Shuten's like, I've heard there's an American yokai who will be summoned if you call her name. What was it again? And Ibaraki's like, please don't. Let's not. Let's not right now, Shuten. Onis don't fear copyright, yeah. Onis don't fear nothing. But yeah, no, so these are all great segments because Ibaraki's energy in general in this is great. This is a really interesting context for her. We got a little bit of this during summer, because obviously she's in her swimsuit. Mm-hmm. But she is the central supporting servant, I would say, along with Chiyome, right?
Oh no, I got fucking wannabe knight shit. Anyway, yeah, no, like, a lot of the times we see Ibaraki being like, having that innocent mindset, wahahaha, and stuff.
Yeah, like she's either playing dumb or she's being not really a gremlin, but being like, haha, mortals, I am Oni. Give me your fucking candy or I'll break your face. And you're like,
here
okay,
she is literally a girl who's watched Saturday morning cartoons and dresses up and swings her wand around along with the characters.
Yes, that's basically. Like I would argue, because I've heard, not from anybody directly in the community, but some of the community members said that they'd heard from people who didn't necessarily like some of the writing in this. And I'm like, okay, but this is Type Moon, this is Fate, where jokes are lore, so it's very hard to treat anything like high art. Anyway, like, some of these stories can be deep, but in general, for events like this. But also, no. This is a straight up affectionate parody name check. Like, literally, this story exists because Ibaraki watched Saturday morning cartoons and talked about them to Shuten, and either because she doesn't want to break Ibaraki's spirit, or because she's that much of a troll, or both. Shuten just fucking goes with it. She full-blown yes-ands Ibaraki. Like Ibaraki is like, Shuten, these tiny girl children humans fight monsters, and they're super cool. They're like you. And she's like, I'm definitely not a magical girl. And Ibaraki's like, oh. And then Shuten's like, but... And then that energy just keeps it. I also love that they play to the classic magical girl trope of nobody can recognize you even though you're not wearing anything to cover your face ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ibaraki, everybody else knows, but Ibaraki for some reason literally cannot think that Onikure is Shuten, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's hilarious because she's super excited to see Onikure every time. Really, really happy. Also, I can't be the only one, especially considering some versions of this myth, who gets a little bit of almost the gay panic vibes from Ibaraki, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like Ibaraki spends a lot of this story being like, they're talking about love again, huh? Don't understand that one. But the moment Onikure shows up, she's like, oh my god, Onikure! Like, she would be the one asking me, Onikure, please marry me! Onikure has an annoying and slightly shady animal companion.
Constantly calls you losers.
His name is Haku. Please call me that. Shuten never does. Like, yeah, so this is just a send-up of, like, classic cheesy magical girl tropes. And also, we get to make a lot of jokes based on amusement park rides. But we do the next time gags, we have the stock footage.
Mm-hmm. I think you use it like 3 times, and she's like, alright, I'm done.
Yeah, basically she's like, we're gonna stop. But also, no, that's literally true. You've watched anime, you know this is true.
Here comes the same transformation sequence, over and over and over again.
Listen, the 2 animators and the colorist spent like 30 hours drawing those frames. We're just gonna do it again. We're not redrawing those, okay? It was good the first time. Yeah, no, it's a great send-up. But we get a lot of these fun jokes with the different events.
Alright, Axe, Kamen Rider is just Western superheroes, but Japanese.
Also, I mean, like, all ensemble cast shows are actually the same. So,
Yeah.
like, yeah, no. I mean, like, I obviously that can kind of... Well, Axe made everything Kamen Rider, but I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I think
Yeah.
they're not, though. Like, that's just
Yeah.
everything. That's just
Yeah.
storytelling. I was going to talk about the attractions. By the way, I do also like their excuse for the evil servants, the gold servants. How they're like evil copies. So they have to be evil servants. That's the rule. They have to be evil. But just in general, I appreciate that, like, they don't even go for, like, oh, they've been stolen or hijacked or are accepted a job with evil. No, they're just copies.
They're just copies.
You literally beat up merry-go-round Oni Maeve, and then real Maeve is, like, doing the teacup ride with Coulter. Oh my god.
Shout out to provocative horse riding dance, though.
Oh yeah, no, the fucking... Well, the merry-go-round is great, because it goes exactly how you'd think servants would treat a merry-go-round, where it's either, like, they find it joyful, or they're like, this isn't the same. The wavering thing almost gets sick.
Yes. Lubu finds it as Lubu does. It's great.
Yes. But then, Maeve, evil gold servant Maeve decides to do a sexy dance on the merry-go-round pole, and talks about things you can do with horses, and you have to be like, whoa! This TV show is not rated for that, Maeve. Which is the first point where Ibaraki's like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is not punching humans or eating humans, and not candy. Though I don't know, Maeve could look like candy. Also, I mean, she does have this whole honey wine thing going on. Maeve probably tastes like candy. I said it. Fucking quote me.
I believe it. I fucking believe it.
But yeah, so that starts a lot of our gags. Who was the evil teacup boss? I'm trying to remember.
Blackbeard.
Oh, that's right. Evil Blackbeard was that one, which is great. It's fucking great. He tucks at Chiyome and she hits all his strike zones because Chiyome is that character. Because
she has a lot going on.
Yeah, because she's a Miko and a ninja and a lolly, but also cursed and has an eye patch, and is very uncomfortable to be around shooting. Anyway,
if you guys don't remember, it's because Orochi. It's Orochi shit.
Yes, because she's of a bloodline that is cursed by the Orochi man, hence her NP. And Shuten is supposed to be descended. Oh, that's right. Yeah, she's a widow. She talks about that.
Oh yeah, that was the other one, widow. Yeah.
And Blackbeard just does the full blown marry me, and she's like, I don't know about that. Yeah. So evil Blackbeard simps, regular Blackbeard does not.
I'm glad they were able to bring in simp.
I do actually, by the way, appreciate the double header of this. Right, like technically. Yes, evil Blackbeard dies, but then regular Blackbeard comes back, gets stabbed in the back, and doesn't die. He lives.
I'm super mad that they didn't use the word sus.
No, it's probably too new for that. They probably were writing this script like 4 or 5 months ago. Who knows?
Okay, listen, guys. I need someone to make me an edit. I need someone to put fucking evil Jekyll on the imposter and Blackbeard getting killed, and then a meeting where Jekyll is saying everyone else is sus, because that is literally what fucking happened.
Yeah, basically. And it worked. Even though I was totally like, oh, we got stabbed in the back, like with a knife?
You got stabbed in the back with a knife, and Jekyll's nowhere to be fucking found. They already explained that he's hard to detect when he's in his regular form.
I'm like, yeah, what? It's Jekyll. It's Jekyll.
It's fucking Jekyll.
Well, I mean, it was like, well, obviously when you're talking about Jekyll and Hyde, you're like, well, it's actually Hyde, but no, it's Jekyll. Jekyll did it.
Yeah.
Jekyll. It's a Jekyll. Talking about old memes. Like, and then they crop up with the 3 most obviously evil guys ever, with Mephisto, Phantom, and Columbus, who are just like chilling. I appreciate the shout out to Phantom when he's like, he's about to stab you, and he's just like, wait a minute,
I can't do this.
You're Christine. I can't stab Christine. That's not how it works.
What is this?
And then Mephistopheles, of course, susses Hyde, basically. But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff there. There's a lot of these fun interactions. Lucky, how did you feel about the teacup scene? And a very particular pairing in it.
I loved. Are we talking about Sieg and John Alter?
Yes.
Like again, I've been on that fucking train for a while. So if you all didn't understand that fucking pairing, which you might not, you may, no judgment. But remember, John Alter is technically the Dragon Witch, and one of the dragons that she commands is Fafnir. Sieg, after taking in Siegfried's heart, eventually turns into Fafnir.
Yeah.
So technically, Sieg is John Alter's dragon, but not
also,
actually.
there's some history of him and John hanging out a lot in Apocrypha. So,
Yes.
you think it would be like how Semiramis and Amakusa are on a date, basically.
Yep.
And Amakusa is an absolute madman. Oh my god.
You don't care.
Semiramis is just like, why the fuck are we here? What are we doing? And he's like, but can't you call this a kind of poison? And then she just looks at him like, no. And then he's like, I'm gonna spin it faster. And she's like, no!
I love it so much.
No, Amakusa's great. Like, when Amakusa's not trying to betray me in the back, he's actually very mild-mannered, and I love it. He has a sense of humor, which is good. He needs one.
I like it. I like it when he's being evil and still has a sense of humor.
That's true, too. Like, honestly, when he's opposing you, he's not usually being quote-unquote evil, is the thing.
Yeah.
He's one of those characters. But no, so you think after you see that, you're like, oh, because you see Sieg first, it's gonna be, Sieg's gonna be hanging out with Jean, it's gonna be like a cutesy reference thing, and then Jalter shows up and she's just like, what is happening here?
I don't know you.
And we mentioned, I think, the other big ones, which was,
Caesar and Cleopatra.
yeah, and Maeve and Kualter.
Mm-hmm.
Though, I gotta say, I didn't really, maybe that's a Japanese thing, I never really thought of the teacups as a romantic thing. Like, usually that's the Tunnel of Love.
No, in
That might be a
Japan,
Western thing.
Japan is definitely a thing.
Okay.
Remember, remember here in the West, we usually don't put as much an emphasis on being close together.
Yeah, that's true. That's a casual thing. Like, you
Yeah.
just sit in the same car and you go for the hand over the shoulder move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
no,
cool.
like I do the hand over, like driving a car, I do hand over shoulder everyone. Guy, do whatever. I got long arms. I need space.
No, I understand. I don't have long arms, but I understand the space thing with legs. Stretching.
Yeah.
You gotta stretch. You need space.
Yeah,
but no, like, to us, that's the, like, standard playbook. But in Japan, if you accidentally touch hands, gasp!
I think it's playing to tropes. I don't know. I
Yeah,
think
I'm sure
just
it's a
playing-
tropey thing.
Mm.
Also, yes, they brought up Brit and Siegfried. It's pretty funny.
Mhm.
And the Valkyries are trying to figure out if they should kill Siegfried. They're the Valkyries are date peeping. Yeah, Thrud, who is supposed to be Thor's daughter, hence Thrud, is like, murder him. And the other two are like, Thrud, we can't just kill him. And she's like, kill him. I'll kill him.
It's like Master won't like that, and she's still like, I'm gonna kill him. And I'm like, no,
I can hit him from here. No, stop. Cease.
desist.
Oh, it's great. It's real great. But yeah, no, there's a lot of really good things in that. There's quite a few little amusements. There's some that we don't even see. Like, I think we don't actually go and fight a guy at the Lava Land map, right?
No.
That's just a fluff one. And I'm just like, I want to know what attraction that is, though. Sounds wild.
I imagine it's something kind of like fucking Splash Mountain, only fire. That sounds
could be
only
fun.
like. That seems only.
But
like.
yeah, so they do a lot of good stuff with this event so far. I'm going to be interested in the turn because, well, we're only like a week into the event, and we're going to supposedly fight the last boss, which I believe is the raid battle. So
I think I figured out who it is.
I mean, I have thoughts and feelings. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I thought it was going to be one person, but I have recently switched this to another person.
Yeah. Do you want to call your shot on air? Or are you okay?
I think it's going to be Liz.
I also have that feeling. I feel like there's going to be a Liz involved somewhere in this directly.
At first I was thinking it was Ibaraki. I was thinking it was actually real Ibaraki who like somehow survived everything and then made it. But then
because the Gyahyas are like her.
Yeah. But then I'm like,
but also I love that. I think somebody mentioned it earlier. Ibaraki literally calls that out. She's like, "No, Raiko already did that shooting. It's not me." Like at the last minute.
yeah,
But also to me, it's just the Great Oni talks way too much about pumpkins and shit.
Yeah. And honestly, it was the line of calling herself a Vermilion Dragon was like, who do I know who's super loud and a dragon? Was like, oh,
And also super extra.
super extra.
Who would try and put an amusement park? By the way, it's not real because we've canonically established where Oniland is. It's in Chitose in Hokkaido, the North Island. Mm-hmm. Izo, as Chiyome calls it, because that was the old ass name. Whereas the other three Halloweens take place canonically at Castle Slav. So there's a lot of jokes that Oniland is just on top of
Himeji?
Yeah, Himeji Castle. Sorry, I was blanking on the name. I was trying to, like, reverse engineer it from Osakawa Hime. I'm like, nope, that's not right. Not quite right. That's obviously probably not true because, like, it's appeared in a specific geography. But still, I would believe it if it was true, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you left Oniland's front gate and were like, wait a second. Yeah, so we'll see stuff as it comes. But no, it's a good event.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Well, let me tell you something that I'm not...
So, we're enjoying the story. We should clarify. We talked about the other half of this, so yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so, on paper, this event sounds real goddamn simple. Real goddamn simple. Do note...
mobs get points.
What they kind of neglect to tell you is that these mobs are fucking beefy!
Yeah, so hey, remember how we said last week, or specifically I said, oh, you'll get plus 400% damage, you have nothing to worry about. Well, joke's on me, the developers were like, oh, they're gonna have plus 400% damage before this is over. And you're like, ooh, we did not scale these good.
Yeah, no.
Robin is correct. Beef mob.
These guys are big and tanky, and I'm pretty sure at the end, there'll be a nice little breeze, and I won't have to complain about, but boy, let me tell you, getting there is a fucking...
Yeah, so I admit, I haven't been playing the event super hard, but in the few days since it came out, I only just hit my first damage bonus, like, earlier today, while we were doing the show.
Yeah, same.
Like, it's a gap. It's a little bit of a gap in points to get there. Now, I've gotten lucky with I've got some CE drops, so I've gotten decent at farming points, but for story nodes, I literally had to be like, oh, I gotta say fuck bonus, like it was a fucking loft belt or something, right? I had to take it seriously just because they were so chunky that even scrub lords like Phantom, well, I shouldn't call Mephisto a scrub lord. He has his skill buffs, which is rude. But no, like some of these bosses are scrub lord servants, and they've got enough HP that it actually matters. They're big.
Oh yeah, no, I will actually say I had to restart fucking the House of Mirrors final boss fight because Columbus was able to get off his MP, and it's like, nope, I'm done. My back.
Yeah, I had to restart that one too. I was like, oh no, this I could not cruise control this. Oh no, that's bad. Hide on the other hand was actually super easy because I was just like, oh, Abby's a bonus servant. You're fucked. I'm gonna yeet you into space, bruh. Which is the way that Among Us would end also. To bring it back around.
Yes. Like I said, like, the actual boss fights weren't that bad, because guess what? That's what boss fights are, but just getting up to them, like, and doing, like, the free map, I'm just like, why?
Yeah, no, they're chunky. I developed a strategy for what I'm currently farming, because I'm farming popcorns to get EXP so I can actually run Onikir. I got her through like one ascension and 9/10, as I sit at level 59. Anyway, but I've developed a strat for that, but no, there was definitely an early period where I was struggling a little bit, and I was just like, okay, no. Monoclass nodes, get some fucking CEs. That's why I gave that pro tip at the beginning of the show. I know that was 2.5 hours ago, but I gave it. And like, focus the fuck down so you can actually do some work. Because like, I think my opinion was correct last week. This event is not hard, but
you're gonna have to do some lifting.
Yes. It is a chunky event. Like, these boys heavy, and you gotta move them. So, it's not necessarily work, but you gotta pre-plan. And like we said, I'm sure once we get to like, God, even like plus 200% damage, let alone we start getting to like 3 or cap out at 4, like, oh, that'll probably be easy breezy. We'll be laughing at these guys. But
yeah, doesn't the damage CEs actually improve as well?
It might when they're MLB'd. I don't know for sure. I know for sure each CE is plus 100% on that card type, and the flat damage bonus goes up to 400%, which means that if you have both, you're looking at 500% damage on a specific card type. Possibly, if those don't multiply. Okay, they don't improve the damage bonus. It's a flat plus 100. Still, that's double damage on those card types.
Hang on, I gotta go look at it. Well, I'm fucking mid fucking MP chain, so it's gonna be a minute, but I will look.
Yeah, the people are saying it does not, but we can confirm.
Trust but verify.
So, yeah, no, it's gameplay-wise, it's an interesting one. Like, I think that they wanted to do this kind of interesting gimmick because it does require Lost Belt 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, again, it's not mechanically complex, but they can use some newer characters, they can use some characters with some later buffs, and, like, when you actually work your way up that ladder, you are gonna feel rewarded, because, like, That's the thing, right? Like, if you just have flat damage bonus, you usually don't even notice. You're just like, yeah, my damage bonus servant is doing good damage bonus. Yay! And then when the event stops, you're like, why do I do no damage? But we get over it. But in this case, I'm like I'm doing this event that, like I said, is full of cavalry classes, so, a lot of the nodes you're using units with bad damage multipliers. I'm like, man, holy shit, I am not doing a lot of damage here with these guys. Which is why right now my ideal popcorn farming node is the saber node, which involves archers, because, I have I have personally 2 NP5 max leveled archers who are arts, and then usually I can find a Chloe with a point CE in my support setup. So I just do that, and then I just beat up those guys with arts cards, and then I do 3 NPs in a row on the boss with Urali leading. Saber Demon explodes. He takes 300,500 damage and dies. Thumbs up. So, like, that's my current efficient node, and I was slamming that one, food court. I was slamming that one earlier until I got my phone to about half battery, and I, like, started getting some further in this ladder, so I was like, I'll take a break.
Actually, Omega, I need something clarified for me. Does the damage bonus only apply to those who have CEs equipped?
The CE bonus does, yes.
Okay, good. Well, here's the thing. I'm looking at it. The detail says increase. I'm looking at Royal Lancing right now because duh. It says increase arts attack strength by 100 to 500%. Rate changes based upon Magic Defender points amount during Land of Mystical and blah blah blah, and increases amount of Magic Defender points per drop by 30%. So does that mean that you get the base damage effect from the points, and then you can get an increasing CE damage effect?
I mean, I think that's the way it is supposed to work, but it's definitely phrased like the card type damage bonus also goes up, because it says plus 500%. Where does it get that extra 100%? I don't know.
Well, it starts at 100.
Yes, but okay, the damage bonus on the CE, guys, but to be very important.
Yeah.
Okay, so that also scales, is what you're saying? Because, like, Lucky is looking at the tooltip right now. He can probably take a screen cap if he wants to.
Yeah, so that's what I'm asking, guys. Is the base damage and CE damage separate?
It's not?
Okay, see, now we're getting conflicting information.
Because I thought I was under the impression that it was flat, because that's how it's described. So it is CE keyed. Well, those CEs are really important then, so it doesn't even fucking matter.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's only CE bony.
But then how does it go to 500%? Well, actually, I guess if it caps at 400, it would stop at 500 if you get plus 100. That's still really well, I guess it does say plus 100 at the base in the damage bonus. That's still really, the whole percentiles is a little weird, because obviously normally 100% is 100%. That's all there is. But if it's plus 100%, that's technically 200% overall. I feel like this could have been worded clearer.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at the event, it does say plus. So
yes, Suna, we all know that. That's not helpful. We know that. It's just, when does the damage bonus apply is the question.
Yeah, but so okay, so I think that has been cleared up, because that was confusing me for a moment.
Well, that is a little annoying, because that affects your strategy. So, like, that literally means that I am always way better off just being, like, max arts crew, because God forbid I would want to use, servants with wrong colors and get fuck all damage on my base cards. Honestly, yeah, then I'm gonna say that they really shouldn't have made them so beefy. That's really dumb, because then even if you mismatch card types, it's not effective at all, basically. Like we've talked about this, like, what happens when I draw all Buster and Quick cards on 2 Chloes? I do normal damage, but you've given these guys, a shitload of HP, so I still have to punch them.
Punch.
Well, yeah, but I'm using single target attacks. Well, I suppose it is card type up, so at least with arts, once again proving that arts is the dominant strategy, at least with arts, that probably also enhances your refund. I really don't know, though, if you can go crazy farm loops, though. With NP loopage, by the way. Not the Cascadi style. Because, as discussed earlier, especially with how thick these guys are, it's probably not until you can get really, really big damage multipliers that you can actually, like, really loop this event, just because of how fucking chunky these guys are.
Oh, chunky.
Like, I know Overkill can go crazy, but I still don't know if Scotty is the ideal. Also, you've got like 5 casters, including Shooten, who are event bonus casters. Why? Anyway, it was a joke, I want to clarify, but people were posting their support setups once they started rolling last night, and the first one that I think got posted was one of our members, Pogs, posted one with a Scotty and all, and it was called out to me while I was in voice chat, so I just had to drop into Let's Talk FGO's text channel and be like, Pogs, I feel personally attacked right now. And they took me a little seriously and were like, oh, is it because of my skill levels? And I'm like, no, it's because you've got a Scotty and all. Yeah, so that's a little... Yeah, Robin did one that was just Scotty. Well, do you have any friend points, Chief? Did that get you anything out of it? But no, what I'm going to say is that, like, after we've had this discussion, I'm glad we did to clarify, but it makes the whole damage situation even more fucky. I'm a little... I understand what they're going for. At the same time, I do kind of wish that they'd just not and done, like, a traditional bonus damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a little finicky.
Finicky.
But we can get over it. Like, the ramp is real, and even without any other damage bonus, the fact that the CEs give you plus 100% is good on most servants. Just card types are weird. Like think about this, guys. Question mark for you. Abigail has a Emiya style deck. She's got a Buster NP and 3 arts cards. What CE do you give her, guys? Do you make her NP hit really, really hard, or do you make her arts cards actually hit worth a damn?
I struggle with this.
Exactly. I had this thought earlier when I didn't realize they were split. Even now, I'm just like, what do you do? Like, there's going to be some servants who are even bonus servants who are still awkward to use.
This is why I'm super appreciative of Seatonai. Just arts deck, arts MP, fucking single targets, alter ego. I'm like, girl, you're hitting so many checkboxes.
No, it's a good one. Great. And I do appreciate that in story, like we said, the story can be a little, like, thick. But they usually give you support Seatonai with, like, NP4. So you can, heck, even if you already have one, then you can double Seatonai. So it still works out pretty good to just bully some guys. Alter egos are fun. I definitely, when I went and did the Columbus Phantom Mephisto one a second time, I definitely ran Melt with the quick one with 3 fishermen, and it worked. Worked great.
Fish.
Melt was like, "Hey, Phantom, yeet us."
Yeetus deletus.
Because all those guys are really annoying. Mephisto has the buff block, and then Phantom has a charm, a stun, and I think nearly all of the bonus servants are
female.
Yeah, there's like Hans,
3.
Billy, Kid Gil. Is that it?
Oh no, it's Alexander's. There's 4.
Okay, Alexander. Yeah, nobody's using Alexander, by the way. Can't find him for shit on my support lists. I admit some of that might be because of people doing non-standard stuff, but still, it's funny. I admit my own Alexander's not, I think he's like level 60-something. Yeah, haven't seen you. I don't know. There's enough... what I'm saying is there's enough people who are not doing him that it's drowned out, because remember, it's... okay. Actually, you can change that, I think. I sort by level, so... I could probably filter by pure servant bonus, but I haven't needed to really hard. It's still funny, though, to be like, oh, hey, somebody's just left Quetzalcoatl with a max limit break K-scope on here. Weird. Which also, I don't actually know if it helps, again, because as we discussed, basically... this is the ultimate end of the show pro tip. If you have a damage dealing servant on your support setup, you better be giving them an appropriate CE, I guess, because otherwise, it's a waste. It's really a waste because they're so thick.
Thick.
Damn boy, he thick. He a thick ass boy. Because they are. Like, they're fucking berserker mobs with like 40k HP in the first wave, and it's like, why? No.
And they start getting up to like 80k. 90k, I'm like, no!
They soak up the hits. Like, honestly, the bosses aren't a problem. Like I said, Saber Deerman, he's a Saber. He's male. It doesn't matter how much HP. They're not going to give him enough. Urale just is like, delete. And he goes away. He vanishes. He disappears. So, yeah. Wild. But yeah, okay.
Okay.
So mechanically, a little fucky. Writing-wise, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
I want to see what happens next. I also want to see if we're ever going to confront Shooten about being Onikira and be like, how? Why?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be something where Ibaraki's not around, so we do not crush this girl's hopes and dreams.
Probably. But it's going to be Though alternatively, I don't know. I could see Ibaraki being like, of course, Shuten, you were the Onikira all along. It makes perfect sense. You're the best, Shuten.
I don't know. I see Shuten playing coy because honestly, when does Shuten not play coy?
Well, yeah, exactly. Shuten's gonna troll. But yeah, I just want to ask the question: was it just like because Ibaraki brought it up, she decided, or did like something happen? I don't know.
I think something happened, and it just kind of went that way.
There's definitely something like there's something weird going on with the gold. Okay, the gold is a thing. Because I don't think we've commented on it in the story, but yeah, Suitanai keeps comforting the gold like it's a lost kitten when it's done. So I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's a thing. That's gonna come back.
Wait, okay. Wasn't it? If I remember, wasn't the Ainui gold supposed to be cursed because it's cursed with all the fucking spirits of the Ainui was forced to mine it or something?
Yeah, something like that. Like I don't know the exact details, but like there's definitely a very specific thing with the Kamui gold. Because hey, there's a lot of potential golden Kamui jokes here.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Suitanai does have a very similar character design, and also the Buster CE is just like
it is fucking golden Kamui. Like you cannot convince me it's not.
No, it has that golden Kamui energy.
Season 3 out now. Watch it. It's good.
But okay, do you have anything else to say about the evento?
We talked about who we thought it is. We talked about the rides. We talked about the servants. We talked about the battles. Yeah. I think we covered it.
All right. Well, we're at almost 3 hours, so we should probably wrap up.
Whoop.
And then decide if we want to do Jackbox still.
I do kind of want to play some Blathering On.
I do. I haven't watched their archive, but I saw Achievement Hunter playing it, I think for the first time on a stream earlier. They had some of our similar comments with Blather On. That's when I tuned into.
Oh, nice. I have mine.
Yelling about stuff. He was pretty
Collab
funny.
with us.
I'd love to. Also, I think no. That's a move there. Honestly, because of the circles we roll in, we probably have a better chance of like hitting up a VTuber than those guys.
Let me just get my big titty animal rabbit VTuber persona. We'll do some collabs.
Anyway, I think that was time to do our wind down. So, because of future vision powers, JP has actually started the rerun because it's the 23rd here, so they've started it already. They're in the future. That's going to run until the 4th, so I don't think we're going to have any big JP news for, what is that, a couple of weeks? I think that's a couple of weeks.
Running for the 4th? Yeah.
Yeah, about 10 days. About-ish. For us, it'll be about 10 days. Timing. So that's typical rerun stuff, a week and a half, basically.
Mm-hmm.
After which, I'm sure there will probably be something. Like, I think it's going to be a real thing this time, guys. I know we say that occasionally, but hey, when it happened with Hunting Quest, we were right. It was Guda Guda. Though we were blown away by the subject matter. But no, I think it's going to be like a legit thing, and I hope it's not too soul-crushing, because I want to roll on Himiko. But it is Guda Guda, so I know there will be a rerun. Anyway, we'll keep you apprised of any JP news that jumps out.
Mm-hmm.
What day are your Heavensfield tickets again? I forget.
My Heavensfield tickets are going to be Wednesday, November 18th, and Friday, November 20th.
Okay, so we got about a month-ish before those come back up. Okay, I was just double-checking, because we're sometimes bad with calendars, guys. Okay, so we'll probably have, at least on the story, final thoughts on Oniland, because I think we'll probably, open up after the raids and stuff. We'll see how that goes. We'll have some comments on that whole thing. I'm glad I know that about the damage before the raid, though.
Mm-hmm.
That would be important. And, any other final story reveals, we'll tell you how we're doing on our points. Next week, I will do a Welfare Corner, brief overview of Onikure, Shuten, Caster. Just because by then I'll actually have some opportunity to play with her and actually do things. We will also be doing Teach Me Mega Sensei. Just remind everybody, that is going to be what are phantasmal species, rather. Nouns. So we'll check out that one. In terms of, talking about polls and stuff, there was a little bit of positive feedback on, Fanservant Friday, as I've technically called it. The idea of doing a segment. So I'm thinking when the new month rolls over, I might pilot a couple ideas to the patrons to vote on, like we do with Teach Me Mega Sensei, and then pilot it for the show, basically. And see how that goes, because I've got a few ideas. We'll figure out something. And see how that plays as, a test program next month, but we'll see. Because we will also have a lot to talk about next month, inevitably, with Lost Belts and stuff.
Yes.
And hopefully people will watch those videos. I keep. That said, I also don't kid. Please watch video more. Watch more video, give more ad, whatever. I mean, I don't know if like YouTube's adjusted something. I do feel like we've had a little bit of a lower key month.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. But also, like I said, it is like not last month, but like, well, I mean, I can literally look at the analytics and actually double check how it's phrased. But like our like real big, like August, very very big. We did a lot there. That's when we did some of our big streams. There was a lot of stuff happening in FGO and in general. Like September obviously was lower than that, but October is actually being a little like slow boat
out there.
Like, okay, interesting. Some of it's probably just because, not that I throw any shade at Lucky, but they haven't had an opportunity. Well, you haven't had much of an opportunity to stream FGO either. Like, FGO hasn't been really big until now, and then obviously yesterday, Thursday, you were dead. So, what can you do?
Unfortunately, as I said, working full time means I have to budget my time more accordingly, and sometimes it fucking kills me a little bit. I'll talk about my job more tomorrow on What's Up. Please tune in.
Yeah, I think you got some. It already sounds like you've got some fun stories to talk about. But yes, also watch more What's Up. How did that do? Actually, I should double check. How did that do? I did okay for a What's Up. At least 150 people clicked on the 5-hour What's Up. I should check the analytics to see at what point they fell asleep. But it did okay for a What's Up, which is good. But yeah, so like definitely double check. We do the show once a week. If you have questions, roll back. We'll do them. But like I said, I am sure that people will be more interested once people are like looking for Lost Belt commentaries and stuff. All right, I think it's time to wrap up because we've talked about what'll happen next week, next month, etc. Do make sure to tune in for that What's Up. All right. If Lucky doesn't have any pre-final thoughts, because I'm sure he'll throw something in at the end, especially if I fuck it up and take too long, we'll just do the outro.
Yeah.
Okay, outro. Which is thus. Hey, if you watch this video on YouTube, be sure to give it a like if you liked it, or you can dislike it. YouTube doesn't care. And if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section down below. As I said, I do actually try to read all of those, and we'll probably give you a heart if I heart your comment. You can also get in touch with us with our Discord. That link, as always, is in the video description and on our channel page. Obviously, we do stuff there. That's where I did that community recording for that stream of Among Us and stuff I did. And we do other stuff there with those guys. So if you want to join in that, you got to be in our Discord. That's how it works. And also, if you're new here and haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. We are actually getting closer. Still got positive sub growth, getting closer to 3K. That'll be a fun day.
Fun day.
So, sub if you haven't already. Like we said, do this every week. Do our other podcast, What's Up? Do shows like Wanted and other things pretty regularly. FGO stuff. Do other not FGO stuff. Stream. The funs. And even if you're already subbed, make sure to hit that bell for notifications and make sure it's set to all so you always know when we post a new video, because sometimes we post at weird times. And I've actually had people talking about not necessarily getting notification pops, so make sure you are set to all. So that, because sometimes you might be set to like some, and then YouTube can decide you really don't need to know about an episode, and that would be sad. But you can also join our channel. There's a little button down below and a link. And get access to memberships, which will give you special emotes in chat for when we do stream, and eventually membership badges.
Oh, that's right.
It gives you membership badges now, but they're going to be custom eventually. They're going to be sick, wild, nasty.
Maybe wild. I don't know about sick and nasty.
Lucky doesn't want to commit to sick nasty.
No, I don't.
That's okay.
Too much pressure.
I'll oversell, and then you'll tell me later that I'm an absolute madman.
Mm-hmm.
Corporate, we can't do that. Shit. But
Corporate
I promised them 20 million emotes. YouTube doesn't let us have that many emotes? Fuck.
That's corporate culture right there.
That is absolutely correct, yes. We will overpromise everything. Anyway, you can hit that membership, or if you want to support us another way, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can get access to this episode early in audio format for as little as $1 a month or $10 a year, which I am still saying because it just flows really well. You can also get access to stuff at higher levels if you want to join in those possible fan servant polls, for instance. That'll be at the 5 and up level, our silver tier. You can also listen to the show live and get shoutouts on air and other stuff at higher tiers, and it really helps us out and drives this whole thing forward. And yes, there are annual memberships if you want them.
Discounts.
Yeah, there's a what is it, 11% discount, 10%, something like that.
It's a number. It's a
number I set that is good.
Good number.
So yeah, check it out sometime. If hey, you got, like I said, you got $10 to spend. There's your patronship right there. Bada bing, bada boom. So, like I said, see you next week for more Let's Take FGO. See you hopefully tomorrow, because I hope to God we do not record for 5 hours. Holy shit. That really fucked up my evening and my next day.
I'm not sorry.
No, I'm not sorry either. I acknowledge that it happened, though. So hopefully see you the next day for What's Up. All right, we're going now. We're going.
We out. Oni bomb.